Rap Kingdom presents Spotlight Sports Show with me and Hawklife. Guest hosting here. You know what I'm saying? Larry Lauer.
Yeah,
The days he can't make it, he'll be here. You know what I mean? Loud Mob in the building.
yeah,
Battle Rap Kingdom in the building. Um, I'm gonna handle getting a little bit of I know Hawkeye sharing it. Pound. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, shit.
hey,
Let's do the same shit.
what's on today's schedule right now? We gonna be going through a little bit of shit. Ain't gonna lie. We're gonna have the game predictions first. We're gonna go through game predictions first, and then we'll give who we think's gonna win the divisions for this year. You know what I'm saying? So we got a little bit planned, a little bit planned. I did a lot of planning, so it is what it is. We're gonna have all this together. But you know what I mean? Shout out to Lyrics showing up. The first guest. I got a lot of people that want to be up, so we're gonna get to that too. And to be honest, everybody wanna have that Michael Jordan LeBron debate here on you know what I mean Spotlight Sports Show. So yeah, it's gonna go down. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool. But whenever Hawklife say he got the stream shared out and everything's good, we'll start. But for a little bit of promo for everything we do at Battle Rap Kingdom, this is a sports show. Chop it up, smoke session, battle league, with the female division kicking off, tag team division, of course, the freestyle division, and on wax, shellac, audio battles, all that good stuff is there. Um, you know, what I mean, if you're into music, or even if you're not into music, you can still get any kind of interview from Hawk Life if you're talking sports, if you play sports, or you know what I mean, you do music, or you know what I mean, you run your own company, or you just trying to talk about some controversial things in the world, which there's a lot of that. Have you down for that too? So we just proving that you know what I mean. Anything can happen here. Anything, any lane you can be in, you can definitely be in. But just to kick it off, got my Ravens jersey on, so y'all already know. I'm gonna put that out there now. We all know Hawk Life is a Saints fan, so we're gonna put that out there now. So y'all know what side is a little bias here on the show. Other than that, I went down through a whole list. I got a couple things. Game of the week, I picked 5 games of the week. And out of those 5 games, uh, which I think is gonna be the most competition. Then there's a tug game, which is throw up game. That means like you could literally flip a coin and you don't know who basically don't know who's gonna win that game. It's gonna be hard. But I got the list here, so whenever we ready to start, I got the list of teams. We'll get right into some week 1 predictions. After we predict all the week 1 games, we're gonna go into predicting the division, which I already have that too. For each game, I'm not gonna stick on a lot of players. We're just gonna have matchups, just so you know who the quarterbacks are. There is somebody who's injured this week, so you know what I mean. Joe Burrow's supposed to be starting. Even though he had an injury and wasn't supposed to play, he's starting. But then there's another quarterback that's on PUP list. That means he won't be able to play for the first 4 weeks of the season. So that's the Cardinals. They don't have Kyler Murray starting because he's injured. So there's things to look out for. Also, Chris Jones not playing for the Chiefs, defensive tackle. That's a big thing that everybody's worried about for that Chiefs defense and shit. But we're gonna get into it. Let me go ahead and spark my cigarette. Everybody's smoking something. Let me smoke. So we here on the panel right now. Like I said, it's me and Hawk Life hosting this. We're gonna have guests every week. First guest, Larry Lara. So if he wants to say anything or promote anything, I know he's got a lot of moves going on because I'm his brother. You already know that. But
Yeah,
he's got mixtapes, albums, a lot of things planned for the music
I,
side. Also a
I just
Baltimore
want to.
Ravens fan, so I want to point that out before you get into your shit.
Yeah, that was the first thing I was going to say. Yeah, definitely big Baltimore Ravens fan. And yeah, I was going to say, y'all check out Dead Flowers. Um, Dope ass solid album. You know what I mean? Is ooh, tell me what you think about that. Um, it has a different perspective to it. You know what I mean? Just I would like to see the insights on that. Also, y'all check out RIP Gorilla Mob. I dropped that mixtape as well. You know what I mean? You know, So you all know this Murder Man on the bit on the moves. You know what I mean? Shit, we stay working. Period. And then we got a collaboration mixtape that's coming out soon with K Dub Solid. So big moves as well. And I just want to say as well, y'all be looking out for the actual album, The Murder Man, which is also as well coming soon as well. There's a lot of works that's going on, so you know, always moves being made. That's the motion. Um,
All right.
Other than that, shit, I'm ready to talk some sports. Shit, let's get into it.
Yeah, there was a lot of names that me and Hawklife was in the background going through, and we landed on Spotlight Sports Show because we want to put a spotlight on teams and certain categories. But I'm gonna let Hawklife, if he got anything he want to say, freaking off this debate, because we ain't gonna call it an argument, but it's a debate. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of games that people ain't gonna agree on, but me and Hawklife have a competition, by the way, where we gonna keep up with, even if we pick the same teams, you know what I mean? We still count them as wins and losses, whoever predictions is right at the end of the year, just so y'all can keep up and see who's actually, you know what I mean? It's a little fun competition. Maybe we'll put some money on the line or something. You know what I mean? Interesting for the fans, or maybe we'll give a giveaway
The
to
King of
whoever they
P. We
predict.
pushing P predictions. Yeah, it's that.
Oh yeah, this is the kingdom of sports too. Well, respectfully, that was one of the names, but you know what I mean? Someone already got that. So, you know what I mean? We put Spotlight Sports, but it's underneath Battle Rap Kingdom Media. So you already know the Kingdom strong. You know what I mean? So,
Oh, but yeah, I ain't gonna say too much, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Excuse me when you smoke. If you ain't coughing, it
Yes,
ain't no good
sir.
weed.
Yes,
But
sir. You ain't.
like I was saying, man, make sure you like, follow, subscribe, all that. I'm not gonna hold y'all up. I'm ready to get into this shit. But y'all already know what
Yeah,
it is, man. Road to 1,000.
yeah,
We coming. We coming everywhere. The algorithm going
I'm going
crazy.
to
We
Cheefa's
coming.
little book. This ain't
yeah.
Blues Clues, but I got a little book for this shit.
So I'm gonna
So
pass
I'm
it
gonna
over
open this
to
bad boy
Cheefa.
up.
So let's get this shit started. This is the sports spotlight.
All right, these games were in order, but I actually missed one, but I know where it's at to put it in there. So these are the first games we'll be seeing for the year. With my predictions, I got 8 home wins and 8 away wins. So I got it even for home teams and away teams. But first game, we're gonna kick it off. It's the Lions and the Chiefs. Is the first game we're gonna go over. And like I said, quarterback matchup for this is Jared Goff and Patrick Mahomes. So I'm gonna let Hawklife go first. I'll rebuttal him, and then Lyric will add on to what we got. Like, who you got in the Lions and Chiefs? You know, first game of the
Good
season.
matchup. Good matchup. Good matchup. Good matchup. I feel like this year Detroit gonna be the sleeper team to come out and do good. I feel like some reason it happens like that. It be them teams that struggled the year before that come out and do better the next year. So I feel like they probably could be one of the teams to be a threat. But we talking about my homeboy right now. My homeboy, he is a threat at any time, any part of the day. But
With
if
those receivers.
I'm not gonna get my yeah, but he make it happen with his feet. So you never know. You never know.
Yeah.
But I'm not giving my predictions right now. But I'm gonna just say good matchup, and then at the end of the night, I'm gonna let you know who I pick. But for right now, that's gonna be a good matchup. But if I had to lean
All right.
towards one side, I would lean. That's all. I would lean. I ain't gonna say
All right,
what.
well, I'm gonna give a little bit of insight. Um, yeah, the Chiefs, if y'all do not know, if y'all not paying attention, they don't have Chris Jones. Chris Jones holding out. You got to play 8 games to have a full season technically. But Chris Jones is not happy in you know what I mean, Arrowhead right now. He's not happy with them. And I'm not the team, but it's more of management and money, which is a reoccurring theme for a lot of players. Usually happens in the off season, but you don't really get holdouts like this. But even with Chris Jones holding out, and Detroit, I got a homie, rest in peace. That, you know what I mean. Now he was a big fan, so I always like look at them. I think they're gonna be the underdog of the year. They got a good team, but I went with the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs gonna win this game, um, just because it is Mahomes, and you gotta. He got so many different ways. You know what I mean. It's not one of the game of the weeks I got, but it's still a good. It's one of those good games that, you know what I mean? With the Chiefs and their defense questionable, Detroit wouldn't say they have a better defense, so it's really going to come down to offense and what the productivity does with the offensive side of the ball. So I went with the Chiefs. Not going to lie.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say I personally don't even like Mahomes. Like I just can't stand the dude. But I have to agree. I'm going with the Chiefs as well. I mean, that's something that we got to look at is injuries. And I feel like, that's just one of the teams where even if they do have injuries on a team, they're really not going to be slowed down as much. You know what I mean? You can see a weakness in the whole depending on, how they want to take the playbook and shit and the way how they want to play it. It's all strategy. But at the same time, they're just one of the teams where, they still going to be strong even when one fall down, you know what I mean? Or whatever that, a
Super
player's
Bowl
going through.
defending champs. So you got to look
Yeah,
at that
We
too.
fall
yeah.
down.
All right. So are you saving your prediction for the games till after we talk about all the games, or you got who you got now?
I mean, y'all going with it now. I can go ahead. My prediction was KC. I thought y'all was waiting to the end, but I mean, I'm going with it. So
No, we just going through each game.
mine is KC.
Yeah,
All
I
right, so we
agree.
all picked the Chiefs. So we
Yeah.
hopefully we ain't wrong on this first one. What up, Ghost in the comments?
Ghost,
That's my
what's up?
boy.
Fuck
He
your
from Loud
mouth.
Mob Gaming. Yeah, he from now Loud Mob Gaming. We be streaming together. You know who that is. All right, so the
Yeah, make sure you
second
subscribe to
game.
the channel.
Second game. We're gonna get
No.
into is the Bengals and the Browns. Like I told Tug, this is a throw
Oh
up game
shit.
for me. It's a coin toss with Joe Burrow and Deshaun Watson going at each other. Um, it's the Bengals lost a lot of defensive players. The Browns got good. They both got good defenses. They both dealing with new players, of course. But this is the one I had the most trouble with them picking. It took me about
Yeah.
it's just a hard ass game depending on what Deshaun Watson can
Uh,
do. Joe Burrow just got injured, so is he gonna come out rusty? But I lean to the Bengals. I went with the Bengals on that game. So I feel like the Bengals just have it's really the receivers for Joe Burrow is just crazy. You got Tyler Boyd, you got T
well,
Higgins, you know what I
here's the
mean? You got
thing.
Jamar Chase.
Here's the thing. Is Joe Burrow even playing on that day?
Yeah, he's playing. I did my
Oh
homework. You
yeah.
ain't got to
Well,
worry.
well,
These from a
shit.
valid
Like,
source.
look,
He
look.
playing week one.
I don't think it'll be smart for him to play, especially on week one, and he's injured. I don't think that was a smart move to do because it could prolong his injury. You know what I mean? But a minor simple injury, okay, maybe I could see that. You know what I mean? Because there are some injuries where like you should work, or you should exercise and shit. You gotta keep moving. So just playing, it's helping it. But that's injury, if you understand injury. But yeah, now kind of knowing that, I was gonna say if he wasn't playing, then I would have to lean towards the Browns. I ain't gonna lie. But at the same time, I mean, it could still be the Browns' way as well because I mean they could see something that other teams
Yeah,
haven't seen yet,
this is why I got it as a
and it
throw
could
up
help
game.
them get a win. You know what I mean? So I mean, if Joe Burrow is not his best, then yeah, I mean,
And it's also a
hey,
game
that
to watch for the week. We got 5 games to watch for the week. I got that as a game to watch for the week. Bengals,
you know
Browns,
what?
and it's
Yeah,
also the one throw up
I'm going
game.
for the Browns. I'm going for the
It's a
Browns. The Browns
it's a
definitely
coin
going
toss.
to take it. I mean, if they looking healthier, it makes sense to go for a healthy team. So I'm gonna go for the Browns.
I could have leaned towards the Browns. I really could have, but it's just Deshaun Watson going to return back to at least 75% of what he was. Like last year, he didn't have too many outstanding games, especially knowing that we Ravens fans and we've studied this division the most because it's our division, AFC North. It's like I don't know if I have enough belief in the Browns for week one to give them that. You know what I mean? And I was really stuck. Like I said, this is the game that I thought about the most. Like,
Well, you see,
damn.
like like I said, I feel like if they're more leaning towards healthy, the communication is going to be better rather than finding the substitute for one. You know what I mean? And then already you don't know if that player is on the same communication or wavelength that you're on as well. So I mean, I feel like that the Browns may take that one regardless of whether or not if that nigga is straight or not straight.
Yeah, I could agree with that. I could agree with that. I could. but I went with the Bengals. That's why I said it's a throw-up game. 'Cause that's the one that's like
Yeah.
you can't go wrong either way. That's what it is. Throw-up
Nah, you
game,
really,
like a coin
nah,
toss.
you really can't.
You can
You
make a
really
case for
can't.
either side.
Yeah, if you betting money on this game is definitely gonna, like
I would
it's
probably stay away
50-50.
from this game, especially fantasy.
Yeah,
Fantasy, I don't. It might be a shootout. It could go down to a defensive battle, but I think it's going to be a shootout for offense again. But
it may
Hawklife, you
be.
got any points you want to put on the Bengals and Browns? Like we said, you know what I mean? It's Joe Burrow and Deshaun Watson in that motherfucker.
I think this gonna be a solid matchup. But the Browns been struggling for the last couple of years. Uh, like I said, could they be one of them teams that'll come out and punch? Probably so.
Yeah,
But we wouldn't know that until after we see how they come out in round one. And I kind of agree with Cheefa. I can't give him that game until after I see that game. I'm more convinced of Cincinnati winning that game with the young core that they got. They got Jamar Chase, if I'm not mistaken. They got
Yeah.
they got some weapons
Tyler
over there.
Boyd, they got T. Higgins.
Tyler Boyd,
Yeah, they got a receiver core that's pretty. I would say at least top 5 in the league. They got like T. Higgins and
yeah.
Jamar Chase are both number 1 receivers.
Well,
If T. Higgins went to
well,
a different team,
I'm gonna say this. Don't y'all shit on the Browns. Just because they look like that, they look like shit. Don't mean. Don't y'all shit on the
Deshaun
goddamn
Watson
We're not
has
shitting on it because it could be an upset.
hold on. Deshaun Watson does have Amari Cooper, and that's like one of his going to be his biggest targets. I mean, Amari Cooper, he's also a person who's struggled a little bit after the Cowboys, but you know what I mean? I
Hey,
think
we're
they
gonna
both have
see.
weapons. I just feel like Bengals have more weapons, and they don't have a strong enough defense for me to be like,
We're gonna
yeah, this
see.
game's going to be won
We're
on
gonna see.
defense.
Next week we're gonna see. And then I don't want to see both of y'all come in here with y'all shitting on the Browns. You
Oh,
know what I
we gonna
mean?
have to even. We
Like,
gonna have to take our medicine because we're gonna
you
go over
know,
the
you know,
games.
yeah,
This
you
week
know
is
what I
going to be a
mean?
little short week for our podcast because we don't have no games to go over from the week before. This is week 1, so really you going in blind with every game, even if it's your favorite team or not. You kind of going in blind and knowing
Even
what you
fans
go
in the
for.
comment section, put in what you think gonna win the game. I want to see. Are y'all shitting on the Browns too? I gotta know.
Well, we're
I
gonna
mean,
move
what's
on
the
from that game. We're gonna move into this game right here, which I already know me and Lyric's prediction might be the same. It's the Texans and the Ravens. And
Oh
I did
yeah,
not have this as a game of the week. You know what I mean? It's CJ Stroud.
I'm gonna be
He's
biased.
starting off
Ravens.
with Lamar Jackson. But yeah, I went with the Ravens too because it's defense. Texans got a good defense too. But I think CJ Stroud, being a rookie, you're gonna go through growing pains very early in the season. So
Yeah.
I mean, try not to be
Um.
biased, but I mean, a lot of people can look at this game, and a lot of people got the Ravens in this game. But that is my favorite team. But
Hey,
like I
look,
said,
I'm going.
they don't have the experience.
I'm going. I'm going to be biased. I'm just a guess. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go for my team. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go for my team. You say it's Texans, right?
Yeah, Texans with new
Yeah.
quarterback, rookie quarterback, CJ Stroud.
Deshaun Watson not even on that shit no more. You see what I'm
No,
saying?
he's on the
Like,
Browns.
yeah, he's on the Browns. So again, you know what I mean? Like that's basically what I'm saying. Deshaun Watson was doing everything on his fucking own on fucking Texans, bro. They should have paid that man. They should have gave that man some weapons when he was on that team.
It
Like
was
I feel
controversy
like
that left.
personally, yeah, I feel like personally he's the reason for that team, and y'all literally like shitted on him. Like that made me kind of realize the Lamar Jackson contract signed a little bit. You know what I mean? I had to bring
Nah,
that out. But the thing is
I can
that
see where you're
you
going with it,
know,
but at the same time,
like
is
I feel like with this new quarterback though, it may could bring them advantage of bringing Houston to what they want to be, but I just don't see it. They're starting over from scratch, so of course I'm gonna be biased in this game. I'm gonna go for the Ravens. The Ravens gonna stump all over them. Hell yeah, you know what I mean? I have to, especially if, Deshaun Watson is on the Browns
well,
now. You know what I mean? I know we already about to have it coming with the Browns. That's why I was saying, don't you shit on the Browns. That's what I got for it. You know what I
the
mean? Like,
allegations what killed Texas. If a man's gonna stay out for a whole year, you can't really hold it against him for
yeah,
moving on from that quarterback. And by the time they did have Deshaun Watson back in the day for the Texans, they were focused more on defense and building around JJ
they
Watt.
was.
but
JJ
they
Watt
still look the same way a
and
little bit
and
because they got rookie CJ Stroud and they got rookie Will Anderson that they had in the
exactly.
second and third pick.
They
So
gotta
they
move on
trying to
from that shit.
rebuild. They're trying to
They
rebuild, but rookies
I
make
feel like
mistakes.
that I feel like that they gotta move on from that shit because every time, and I don't know how the fuck this shit keeps happening. Every time whenever Houston starts looking good, you know what I mean? And then it's like boom, JJ Ross come back to the same team. Obviously, y'all should have already realized like there was some animosity or some shit between Deshaun Watson and JJ Watts. Apparently,
Okay, but
because I mean
that's a
like
different season. We talk
yeah,
about what
yeah,
you feel about the Texans now with the
yeah,
Ravens.
yeah, but that's what I'm
Like,
saying. So I feel like that a lot of things that Deshaun Watson was doing for Texans, as far as then and now, they're not going to have that no more. They got a whole new quarterback. So, everybody got to figure each other out. You know what I mean? Like, yes, they are going to training camp. They are doing this. They are doing that. But, you
preseason and
know,
everything.
yeah, you know what I mean? Like this is not even the first year. So I mean, me going for Texans, that would be, I'll be fucking flabbergasted to be real. Like, you know what I mean? But then again, I
Well,
mean they
everyone
can
got a
still
chance in week one. That's the thing about week one. But
yeah, you know what
Hawklyfe,
I
what
mean?
you got
That's
for
what I'm about to
Texans and
say.
Ravens?
Like they can still sweep the win. But I feel like Ravens gonna beat
Um,
that shit.
Texans and Ravens. I feel like it'll be a good matchup. Um, I feel like Ravens defense hasn't been bad since Ray Lewis and a lot of them retired. Ed Reed and all that retired. I don't think it's been bad. Um, but I don't feel like it's been up to part of the standards of those two guys left. But at the same time, uh, I feel like Houston was one of the at least top three worst teams last year. So it should be a cakewalk for Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? Should be a cakewalk for Baltimore. So yeah, I'm giving this one to Baltimore.
Yeah, I would like to say that Roquan Smith is
Our
the new Ray
defense,
Lewis.
yeah, that's what I'm about to say too. Our defense are awesome. We got the
I
best
mean, the only
defense
thing that is our
in the
question
league.
on defense is cornerback because Marlon Humphrey is injured.
Marvin
So
Humphrey, yeah.
it's who's really going to be there for quarterback. I mean, cornerback. We did get Ronald Darby. We lost Marcus Peters. You know what I mean? We lost a lot of people. We lost Calais Campbell. We got Jadavian Clowney. I think that's going to be a good mix. We got
That's
the
gonna
young
definitely,
guys.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, I agree. I think everyone can agree that we just all agreed on the Ravens. That's the second time it happened tonight. But let's get to this next game. We go. This one was another game of the week, so I have five. So this is the second game of the week. I think this is going to be a good ass game, regardless of what people want to say about Baker Mayfield. But it's the Bucks and Vikings. So it's Baker Mayfield going against Kirk Cousins. We all know that Kirk Cousins don't got Adam Thielen no more. He moved on. He went to the Panthers, which is the next game we're gonna cover. We're gonna stick on this game. No Adam Thielen. Um, they do have Justin Jefferson though, and they got Madison as the running back because they lost Dalvin Cook as well. So it's kind of a new look offense for Kirk Cousins. But Baker Mayfield does have a good system, I think, with the Bucks. I think he's gonna do well. But also it goes back to he just joined that team. So I went with the Vikings to win this game. I feel like the Vikings do have a good, steady defense. The Buccaneers do have a good defense too. So it's really gonna come down to, teamwork and what you have cohesive with your team. And I think Kirk Cousins has more time with the Vikings. I think he knows more and he knows his players more. So I lean towards that. I think the Vikings gonna take that game with the Bucks.
Yeah, I'm going for the Buccaneers though. Yeah.
Are you going for
I
the
mean,
Bucks?
yeah, bro. I mean, I kind of have no choice to. I mean, like, look, bro. Like, if all the other people are going through what they're going through, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, yeah, we just dealing with one person that just haven't been there for a year. Like I said, it's just communication. It's just figuring out, like the system and how it works. So I think Buccaneers easily going to take that one.
Well, agree to disagree. Yeah, that's why I went with the Vikings because I don't think he knows the system yet, and he has games after the Browns, so you can't
Yeah,
really
that's
say that.
true.
Yeah, I mean
But
he's been on some good teams. He has showed some flashes.
but here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. I mean, it's not like his position ever changing. I mean, he was already a quarterback, so the only thing you got to do is play by the routes and just trust the offense coordinators and everything else to just you know, do his part on calling plays, or if he sees something he's familiar with, he can call a play. You know what I mean? So I mean that's gonna take no time. Versus on the other side, what the hell they gonna be going through. So I mean, I kind of feel like the communication should go smooth with this one. This one's just gonna be an enjoyable game to just
Yeah, it's
watch.
good game of the week right here.
Yeah,
One of the
yeah, you know
five.
what I mean. So I'm gonna go with the Buccaneers. Yeah, you know what I mean. Like,
All
yeah.
right, Hawk Life, Bucks and Vikings. Who you got in this one? We are
That,
this one ain't agreed on.
okay, it's gonna be a dog fight. Uh, I know Minnesota got a solid team. I know they lost a couple of their weapons, but they got a fire team. I, it's not. Um, what I want to see. Like I said, both of these teams are really, really good. I know Tampa Bay went through a what they call it a restructure because they rebuilding per se. But Baker Mayfield can play. His first year, I don't think he'll have a crazy first year. Uh, they gonna have trouble with the Saints all year long. I'm just say that now. Uh, but they ain't winning division. They ain't winning the division this year. Uh, but Minnesota been real solid. Who Minnesota quarterback is again?
Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins. Yeah, yeah. I get this one to Minnesota slightly by the edge because I know they passing game is like top three, top two. If they throw anything like they was throwing last year, they'll
Damn,
definitely take this game.
Well,
damn.
hold
Y'all
on.
shitting. You're
Let me put
shitting
a
on the
little
Bucks.
foreshadow. Let me put a little
Y'all
foreshadow
shitting on the
before.
Bucks.
Hold on, bro. If you listen, you'll see that I'm not shitting on the Bucks. I don't think they're gonna
I'm
have it.
shitting on them. That's our
I don't
ops.
think. Hold on, and I'm gonna hurt Hawk Life feelings. I'm gonna hurt Hawk Life feelings with this one. I don't think that the Bucks is gonna be a shitty team. I think they're gonna have a hard start because of Baker
Yeah.
Mayfield and having to learn that offense and learning his players. I got the Buccaneers winning their division. I don't know if the Saints can get back to form. I do think that it's going to be between the Saints and the Buccaneers because of Derek Carr. Adding Derek Carr and what he brings to the Saints team is going to be something different. It's going to be something different, but
Oh, they picked up
yeah,
Derek
Saints
Carr
got
as a
Derek Carr. It
quarterback.
was a big move. Yeah,
Oh,
he's there. Jimmy Garoppolo went to the Raiders. Which we're
oh
getting into that game
shit.
in a couple, yeah. So I do feel like yeah, but I think the Bucks they got like it's between the Saints or the Bucks really in that division because you also
Oh,
got the next game. Since
no
we'll
wonder
talk about the
Hawklife
next game because
talking
that's in their
shit.
division. It's Panthers and Falcons, and I think with those two
Oh
teams,
man,
you got you got
shout
Bryce
out to
Young
Carolina
and
stunting
Desmond
now.
Ritter. Bryce Young's a rookie. Desmond Ritter is his second year. I think both of those quarterbacks are going to struggle. That's why I got this as a game of the week: Panthers and Falcons, because that's the division for the Bucks and Saints. That's the division right now. For them well, it's always been that
Plus,
division. I'm just
plus
saying, like,
two. I mean, in Carolina, it's a big game when the Panthers go against Georgia. So it's like, all right,
yeah. So,
hell
but
yeah.
I don't know if Bryce Young he looks good. He's a little short for a quarterback. I'll point that out. But I just feel like um I think the Bucks also got Adam Thielen. I think I don't know. I can't remember because fucking I didn't I know he's not on the Vikings no more. I think he went to the Panthers or one of those teams. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna hold me to that one. Don't hold me to that one. But the Falcons got, Kyle Pitts. They got a little decent defense. They both got decent defense, and I'm just gonna give it to Ritter because I give it to the Falcons because it's his second year. I think Bryce Young's. It's when you're a rookie. Same thing with C.J. Stroud and the Ravens. When you're a rookie, you have to get to the NFL pace, and preseason helps, but it's not. That's second and third strings half the time.
Okay. Well,
So
I
I
got
think when you
something
get to that
different.
pace,
I'm gonna go with the Panthers. And the only reason why is because they always misses when it comes to a Super Bowl. So I mean, there's no way they can miss this. You know what I mean? So I mean, I feel like Carolina probably got it to take the win on this game. This
I
this
look at
this
they
is
running.
this is
Ever since
this is gonna
they
be
gave up Christian
enjoyable.
McCaffrey, it's been horrible.
Well, yeah, but Panthers normally always outcome the outcome when it comes to like these type of things. And I've seen, you know, and I
There's a
don't
lot
know,
of
yeah.
division matchups this week too. By the way, there's a lot of division
Oh yeah,
matchups, but
oh
I
yeah.
still got the Falcons. I still got the Falcons. I don't know why. Um, People are so hype about Bryce Young. I mean, he's good. I just think being short can help him in some situations, especially if he's getting out of the pocket, going through the
But
offensive
he won't be
line
able to.
or
He
rushing.
won't be able to. He won't be able to see over the heads though.
Meh.
So that ball is going to be an easy pick six. It's going to be an easy pick.
Hey, you
Like,
heard you said you're going with the Panthers. You telling us how they gonna lose now?
yeah, yeah, I know, but I'm just saying. You know what I mean?
That's why
Like,
I got the Falcons. I got the Falcons.
that's how you know I'm not being biased. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm still going for Panthers because they done this before and overcome it. Some magical fucking reasons. I don't know how. Ever since Cam Newton ass was on it. But I mean, I just gotta go for the Panthers. Although I really hate the fucking Panthers, and just like Cam Newton, I can't stand fucking Cam Newton. Like
I think he can still
magically,
play. I'll put that out there.
Okay, let's put it this way: magically, the Panthers going to take it and win it, just like Cam Newton's
That's why I
outfit,
also got it
which
as a
is
game
so
of the week.
randomly good.
It's one of the game of the weeks
Yeah,
for me. Um,
yeah, that was a
because
good one.
it's gonna be up to defenses really. It's this one actually gonna be up to defenses. So like Kyle, I
Panther,
mean Desmond Ritter, he's the second. He's the
yeah.
quarterback for the Falcons. I don't think they both don't have enough experience, so it's really gonna play onto what these
It's gonna be
defenses can do.
it's gonna really mesh. It's gonna really mesh good.
All
And
right, now we gonna lean on Hawklyfe.
if Carolina win it, you know that they're gonna be giving a whole lot of free Pepsi to everybody.
You know I don't mind that. Hey, Skip and Shannon, when they were doing their show, they had the Diet Mountain Dew. Everybody know I like Coca-Cola and Pepsi. But who you
Yeah.
got in this Panthers and Falcons Hawk Life here and what just transpired over the last minute?
The Panthers and the Falcons.
Panthers and the Falcons. Game of the week. It's one of my game of the week. I got 5 of them.
Division rivals. I'm gonna say that because the Saints are my team, so
Yep.
that's a division rival. We would like to see both of them lose, but only one can lose.
Well, there is
Because
a such thing as ties in the
I think
NFL.
yes,
Very rare, but
I think Carolina gonna be a surprise this year. I feel like Carolina's gonna be better than Atlanta because Carolina been in the bottom 4 for a couple seasons
so y'all
now.
gonna do this to
This
me?
their breakout season. Yeah, this probably be their breakout season. I'm not sure, but I wouldn't go past Atlanta neither if they playing in Atlanta because them Dirty Birds might get some extra
Yeah,
energy
the
at
game's
home.
in Atlanta.
Well, we don't like the
Lions is
Dirty
at
Birds. They
Chiefs.
ain't top
Bengals is
us.
at Browns. Texas is at Ravens. Bucks was at Vikings. Panthers is at Falcons. So it is in Atlanta.
I would say, yeah, that's a tough one. You know what? I'm gonna say Carolina because I feel like Carolina gonna be the team that Saints gonna have to beat to win the division this year. I really feel like that.
I think it's the Bucks. We can talk about that later when we get into division. We'll talk about that later when we get into division. Who you think's gonna be the winner of the division? Who you think's gonna give up a fight to get to that division? But we gonna move on. We ain't gonna sit here and y'all want to shit on the Falcons like we've been saying. So that's y'all shitting on the Falcons now. Okay, I got you. It's all good.
Yeah.
All right,
And I'm
next
standing
game.
on that shit too.
Cardinals go to the Commanders. And I want to point out before we get into this prediction that Kyler Murray is on the PUP list. For those who do not know, when you go on that injury list, you cannot play the first 4 weeks, or you can't play for 4 weeks. You know what I'm saying? So he won't be back until the first quarter of the
And he's
season
playing
is
for
done.
who? He playing for who again? The
The
Commandos?
Cardinals, Kyler Murray, no, Commanders. Look, we're not gonna play with their name like that. They decent. They got Chase Young. They got a good defense. All right, so I'm gonna go in with my shit. I already started. I think the Commanders gonna beat the Cardinals. If you don't got Kyler Murray,
Oh, damn.
if you don't got Kyler Murray, really, and then we'll go into who's actually you know what I mean, they got Sam Howell. Kyler Murray is out. Let me do a little check real quick. Joshua Dobbs is the starting quarterback. I don't think he's going to outplay Sam Howell, especially with the preseason that he just put together, being a rookie, and we've seen the things that he just did in this preseason. I can't do it. You got Terry McCollin, and ever since the Cardinals lost DeAndre Hopkins, it's been kind of crazy for them in that receiver core. So I went with the Washington Commanders. You damn right I did. I got them beating the Cardinals.
Yeah, you went for the Commandos.
Commanders,
Damn.
man. They not commando. What? They wear a uniform like everybody else. But yeah, who y'all think?
Motherfuckers, bro.
Hey, you can't say that now. You can't say they might be going back to the Redskins. We might get into that to a later episode. The new owner is saying that he feels like that no one was really offended, and he did a poll, and they said, like, if I'm not mistaken, more than 85% or 90% said they'd rather have it as the Redskins than the Commanders. But that's an argument we'll get into later. They trying to figure it out now. I think it'd be too early just to switch the name because now you're confusing everybody going back and forth, back and forth,
Yeah, they got to wait till next year. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I wouldn't mind to see the Redskins come back because they that's just
they was known. Yeah, it's a
and they had the yellow. They had the yellow on their face plates or whatever you want to call it on the helmet, the little cage and shit. And they took that away too. I think they should have kept that. But we're not talking about style. We're talking about players. And I think the Commanders got a better defense than the Cardinals. Even though the Cardinals do have some good players, I'm not going to say that they don't.
Nah, but on the real though, I was going to go for the Commandos too.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Commanders as well. Who you got, Hawklyfe, with Cardinals, Commanders, and just know whatever team I say first is the away team. So the Commanders are at home as well. They are the home team. So
this is a good game. Another good game. This will probably be my game of the week. The Cardinals versus.
This is your tug. This is your throw-up game right here.
Yeah, this will probably be the game of the week. And this is the Cardinals versus Washington. I feel like they both even play wise and the logistics wise. I feel like both of them had rough seasons last year. They didn't do too bad, but they both out got something to prove. Yeah, they both got something to prove in this battle of wits. But if I had to give it to somebody, which this is real tough to call, I would give it probably to the Commanders just to.
I think it lays more on Kyler Murray not being the quarterback for that game. Even though I probably would still go with the Commanders, even if Kyler Murray was the quarterback, because of defense. And Sam Howell he's fresh. He's a rookie.
It's the defense for me what did it. Like for the Commandos, like yeah.
You killing me with this Commando shit. I ain't gonna lie. You fucking killing me. But let's get into the next game, which I think is another good game. I don't have it as game of the week. So far, Bengals and Browns is one of my game of the weeks, and it's a throw-it-up game. Like, that's the tug game. And then I had the Bucks and Vikings as game of the week. I had Panthers and Falcons as the game of the week. But to move on to the next game, Hawklyfe just put Cardinals and Commanders one of his game of the week. He got 5 of them, so he just used one of them. He still got 4 left. He want to put some more games of the weeks in. But we know you want the Browns, and we know you want the Browns, old shitty ass. But next we got the Jaguars versus the Colts. The Colts is at home. Trevor Lawrence and it's let me go to my little book right here. It's Trevor Lawrence and Anthony Richardson. I didn't want to butcher his name. He's a rookie for the Colts. Everyone knows that the Ravens have a little bit of a history with the Colts. With our team leaving and going to Indianapolis and all that. But I didn't hold that against them in this game. But I do have the Jags winning this game. I think.
I am. The Colts going to win.
And let's not forget the Falcons got Calais Campbell's in that Panthers game. But you can't change your pick now. I'm just letting you know. The Jags and Colts, you know what I mean? I think the Jags is going to win it. They're going to come take this away game. And even though the Colts are at home, they do have a good little team. I don't think Anthony Richardson, I don't like rookies for the first game because, you know what I mean, they got so much to prove, so much to do. They're trying to get to the pace of out of college into the NFL, and it's just historically there's a very few people who come in as a rookie or a first time quarterback and come in and just dominate the game. There's just a few. You know what I mean? So I went with the Jaguars. I think they're gonna pull this one off
Yeah.
against
So
the Colts.
the communication gonna be nice because the rookie don't know. Some rookies don't even know. Like the adjust between the college to NFL, like they just now learning, so they're able to train better. You know what I mean? So I think the coach gonna take it. It's gonna go flawless for them. Like, you know what I mean? Like, shit. Just everybody just do what they gotta do. If everybody work together as a team and shit, then yeah, this one's in the bag for them. This is a free game throw up. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna go for the Colts.
Okay. Another dope battle.
Wait,
I
you said you
feel
going for
like
the Colts?
Yeah.
You're mixing up what the Colts is the one with Anthony Richardson, the rookie quarterback. I'm just pointing out because you spent the whole thing like I think the rookie's going to not do good, and then you still go for the Colts over Trevor Lawrence and the damn Jaguars. Kind of contradict yourself a little bit, so I'm giving
No,
you one more chance.
I was just saying that pretty much. He got to adjust to it. I agree
You're
with
picking
you.
all the rookies, and I
You
don't
know.
got no rookies winning the game week 1. So that let's just point that out there. Like,
Yeah,
okay,
exactly. You know what I mean? Because like I said, bro, like the only thing the coordinators gotta do is just tell them what to do, bro. Like, they're gonna
but it's
learn.
more
They're
than
gonna
that.
have to
It's
go
you
through
got to
it.
know
Yeah,
people's mannerisms and how they know when they're
yeah,
gonna break
exactly.
out for a route. You
Yeah,
got to
yeah.
know.
So
So
it's
that's
gonna be
more of
fun to watch.
experience. A rookie's not going to know
It's
that.
it's just like Lamar. Like when Lamar first came, everybody was watching him and the shit that he did. You know what I mean? Like it's just something that just attracts people. You know what I mean? Like what kind of pressure you gonna be in under pressure? You know what I mean? Like how is this guy's gonna turn out to be? Useful for this team. You know what I mean? Like
bring it
they
up.
gonna do they gonna do what they have to do to get the job done a lot
I feel
more
you. That's exactly why I
focused.
didn't pick none of the rookies because I think pressure's
You
going
know
to
what
be
I
too
mean?
much.
You know what I
But
mean?
I respect your
They're
decision.
gonna try to do whatever they can. They're gonna put their mind, body, souls, and body on the line to get this game. You know what I mean? Like their mental is just different from already being in the NFL for a
I'm gonna
mind
rewatch
frame. You know
this
what I mean?
video back, and I'm holding y'all to y'all picks. I just want to point that out right
Yeah,
now.
yeah,
I'm
that's
holding y'all to
cool.
your
You know
picks. So
what I
next
mean?
week
Like,
when we jump on here and I
yeah,
start talking my shit,
yeah, yeah. You know what I
but
mean?
all right,
Like,
all
that's
right.
cool.
We can add more to this game if it needs to be. But I'm gonna let Hawklife get to since we both. I picked the Jags, you picked the Colts. It looked like Hawklife sitting in another tiebreaker between the Jags and Colts right now.
This will be another good battle. I feel like the Jaguars been progressing. The Colts been real good too. I don't know if they playing in Indianapolis, Jacksonville. I guess it doesn't matter since it's the first game.
It's in the
Oh,
Colts. Colts are at
okay.
home.
Shit. I guess it still don't matter. I mean, they ain't got Andrew Luck no more. I mean, they got a rookie quarterback over there, but that don't mean he can't come out shooting either. So, um, on my fantasy board, I would probably pick more Jaguar players over Colts players, being that I feel like they'd have the advantage. But you just never know in these first week games. It could be a lot of fucking
Yeah, the
upsets.
Colts do have a sleeper running back.
Oh, so y'all
They do have
shitting
a
on the
good
Colt
ass running back.
45.
He got a
Y'all,
good ass running back. I think his name is I gotta remember. I got him on my fantasy team.
Nah, I never say who I was picking. I was just
Yeah, I
going
was just
through.
adding to what you were saying. Like they got a good ass
okay.
running back.
Yeah, yeah, they definitely got some weapons. Will it be enough to hold out Tyrus Lawrence and the Jaguars? I'm not sure, but I do believe they did well last year. The Colts, did they make it to the playoffs last year?
Hell no.
Okay, okay,
I'm sorry.
I'm tripping.
I'm just saying.
It may have been a year before that, cause I'm
Yeah,
not a,
I was.
I just had to add. But this one right here, I'm gonna have to give it to the Jaguars, but I wouldn't be surprised if there'd be an upset in this game. Bucks used to be good. Yep.
Two
They
Jaguars, Colt 45.
they gonna get the Brady treatment. Every time Brady leave a team,
He said they gonna get the Brady treatment.
Every time
Damn.
every time Brady leave a team, that team don't do shit no more. He left in New England, we ain't hit New England. He left from the Bucks, we ain't gonna hit him neither.
For those people, who are looking for a running back that didn't get a good running back in their fantasy draft, his name is Deacon Jones. I picked him up. He's in your free agency right now. He's about 14-point projected. He's a good backup running back. Yeah, I threw him on my team. We all know I got 6 fantasy teams that I'm on, and I got 3 major defenses on those. To just cap real quick, I got the Ravens defense, Cowboys defense, Packers, 49ers, and Bills. Those are like my top defenses I was looking at for fantasy. So yeah, but the Colts do have a sleeping running back. I don't think he's starting. I think he's second string, but I think he's going to do big things this year for the Colts. But I still got the Jags. All right, the next game. And now I'm just going to remind Lyric over here not to get in his feelings, because every time we hear this team's name, it kind of brings out the aggression in Baltimore Ravens fans. It's the 49ers versus the Steelers at home. Like y'all know, it's Kenny Pickett and Brock Purdy. They both kind of figuring out their team still. Brock Purdy showed some promise last year. But I do have the 49ers beating the Steelers. I just don't think. I don't believe in the
And where
Kenny
they playing
Pickett.
at?
They're playing at Pittsburgh. They're playing at Pittsburgh.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
I don't look at home games like you said. I don't really look at home games. I look at who's got the better team. But it's hard because you don't want to look on paper too much. You want to look at what they're going through. But since it's week 1, you gotta look at the paper. You can't look at how they've been playing because it's week 1. They don't have no games under their belt. So that 49ers defense last year proved to be one of the best defenses in the league, statistically, and just watching them with your eye test. And I really think that the 49ers is going to come again with at least another top 3, top 5 defense of this year. I think Brock Purdy they gave up old buddy to the Cowboys. I kind of having a little blank thought. Trey Lance. So they putting all their eggs in one basket with Brock Purdy right now, and I feel like they got a smart staff there. They got smart coaches, smart owner. So I think they just know something that we all don't about Trey Lance right now. So I went with the 49ers. I ain't gonna lie. The 49ers is going to beat the Steelers. It's not a game of the week for me. I just think the Steelers, Kenny Pickett doesn't have as a lot of weapons for them, especially with Christian McCaffrey there with the 49ers. And the defense, I think I'm a defensive guy. I love defense. And I think that defense is going to hold the Steelers to at least under 10 points. I don't even think they're going to get 2 touchdowns. They might get 1 if they're lucky, or they might get 4 field goals, whatever. But I don't think they have it in them to take over that 49ers team.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 49ers as well. Not just because the coaches were brothers and they was on each other team from Ravens and shit, whatever, and their sister teams, but
Oh no! Hey, hold on. John Harbaugh is the Ravens coach, but Jim Harbaugh is not the coach of the 49ers anymore. He's in
I
college.
know
He's with
that's what I said
Michigan.
it was. Yeah, you were
Yeah,
Michigan. That's what I said it was. But other than that, I mean,
which is my
other
favorite
than
college
looking at
team.
that, yeah. But I'm just looking at the fact of just 49ers play good. They do play good. They kind of remind me of the Saints in some ways. But other than
Sorry,
that,
we're gonna get to the
yeah,
Saints in the next game, but I
you know what
understand
I
what you're saying.
mean.
Go ahead.
But I feel like that they got what it takes to take it. So I'm going to 49ers. You know what I mean? Like I've watched their games, both of the games. Like it's gonna be a good card as well.
All right, so what you got, Hawklyfe? It's at Pittsburgh. It's Brock Purdy and Kenny Pickett going at it, and they got George Pickens for the Steelers. I'm not sleeping on them. I just don't think Steelers go with. But who you got for the 49ers and Steelers, Hawk?
49ers and Steelers.
At Pittsburgh.
That's gonna be that's one of them.
Oh, you call that game of the week? That's your second game of the week?
No, that's not my game of the week.
All I know what your game of the week. I got 5 game of the weeks, by the way, and one game that's a tug. That's throw it up like you don't know who gonna win, which is actually number 1 game of the week. But all right. Just let you know.
No, it was a good game. It's gonna be a good game. 4-9 versus who they versus again?
Steelers.
Steelers. Yeah, I'm tripping. I'm high as hell. 4-9 versus Steelers gonna be a good game. They playing in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh got a tough defense, a tough defense. And they play well, and then the defense wise, Pittsburgh known for their defense. They're not really known too much for their offense, putting up no hell of a points, but they definitely known for locking shit down. Now if they have a solid defense and they lock them down, they can keep 4-9 under 30 points maybe, then they might can stick around enough to the end to get to where they need to be. They ain't the team they used to be, and I was about to mention that Troy Polamalu, Rosenberger, all them names they used to have. That made them diamonds. Yeah,
the bus.
Made them that diamond. Yeah, you know. But I do think they gonna come out. It's gonna be a dog fight. You know, I definitely changed my mind. This might be my second game of the week. I'm not too sure. I don't want to call it that yet because I don't know what's up. Matter of fact, no, I'm gonna hold that second game of the week because I'm gonna hold it because I might need it later. But it'll be a good game. But I definitely give it to.
Well, you got 5 of them. You used 1, so you still got 4 left.
Okay.
Just reminding you. So if you want to put that on there, I think it would be the battle of the defenses. 49ers got a better defense. I think 49ers got better weapons offensively to get the job done against the Steelers.
Yeah.
But it is going to be a defensive battle on that one as well.
Yeah, but I'm gonna go with the underdog and the upset. Even though Cheefa trying to convince me to go to 4-9, I'm gonna go the opposite way because I feel like the ones you don't expect be the ones to pop. So I'm giving this one to Pittsburgh.
All right, that's cool because this next game, I'm gonna let you go first, Hawklyfe. I'm gonna let you go first because I already know who you're gonna pick. But we can have an argument about this one. We're gonna debate about this one because it's the Titans going to the Saints. Saints at home, and as you know, Derek Carr is there, and they saying Tannehill might not be starting. It's questionable. So I don't know.
Well, let me say this. I'm excited about this. Let me say this. Go
ahead, put your game
who
of the
that?
week on.
Let me say who that. First of all, it's the game of the week. You already know it was gonna get the game of the week. Yeah, I know this. I know I'm biased. It was gonna get the game of the week, but nah. I really like the Titans. I like the old quarterback they had before he killed himself. What's his name?
Steve Young. I mean, not Steve Young. Steve McNair.
Yeah, McNair.
He played for Baltimore as well after the Titans.
Yeah, I always was. That's what he made me become a Titan for. Watching him play. Unfortunately, that happened. Rest in peace, Steve McNair. But the Saints.
His girlfriend killed him.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's what happened to Steve McNair.
Damn.
Nah, you know what I mean? Rest in peace, Steve McNair. He was one of my favorite, at least top 5 favorite quarterbacks for Baltimore. I really liked him a lot. But sad news and sad shit happens all the time. I think he was cheating, or we're not gonna get into all that. But that's what happened. That's the cold hard facts.
Yeah. But with this one, I've been watching the Saints in the preseason. They've been looking good. They didn't play none of their starters in the 4th game, the last game of the preseason. So
yeah, the 3rd. There's three preseasons now.
Yeah, so they're gonna be fresh legs. I feel like Tennessee gonna give them a challenge, but if their defense can match the offense, look, we got some weapons. If motherfuckers can stay healthy, Saints is Super Bowl contenders if they can stay healthy. Listen, they got Michael Thomas, they got Derek Carr, they got Tyrann Mathieu. They got Chris Olave. We got might as well. This dude been cutting up since he was a freshman.
You got Murray.
Undrafted.
Ain't it Murray? Yeah, DeMarco Murray or some shit.
Cam Jordan. I mean, we just got Jimmy Graham back. We got Taysom Hill. Yeah. We got too many fucking weapons.
And now, speaking on Taysom Hill, he's questionable right now too. By the way.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know if he's going to play in that game either. But I had a question for you before I get to my pick because I'm going to show some unbiased attention real quick. So you're saying, do you think Michael Thomas can get back on track after this injury on being one of the top receivers again, especially having Derek Carr? I can already see that you really like the Derek Carr pickup. But the main question is, do you think Michael Thomas can return to a form?
I feel like Michael Thomas is good anytime he on the court. I'm sorry, on the field, as long as he's not hurt. His problem is when he get hurt, his injuries is always long term. It seems like every time he get injured, he injured for the season.
So
But there's other people, it's 2 or 3 weeks. Huh?
Would you suggest they don't put him on full pressure? You suggest them like maybe downing his time a little bit just to have him out there on important drives, or like how would you, if you were the coach right now, you the offensive coordinator, would you let Michael Thomas play the full game, or would you kind of, not to say it in a bad way, but baby him a little bit due to the injuries and not want to aggravate or get the same injury? Because that's what takes so long. He's having the same injuries in the same places. It gets worse and worse. But if you was offensive coordinator, what would you do with Michael Thomas? Would you throw him into the fire? Or would you kind of, hey, we're going to use you when you need you. We're not going to give you full playing time, but you're going to play some. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I would play him because he's sure hands. The difference is when he was catching all them injuries, he had to carry the heavy load in a lot of them games. He don't have to do that now. You got Jimmy Graham. You got Olive. You got the other brother, Asheed. You got so many different weapons now to where he ain't got to carry the load. These guys, some of these guys in the development stages, we just got Jimmy Graham back. Nobody knew that Olive was gonna be a breakout star, but it was just, it was so much going on. But they usually put them pieces together. Now I don't like to say he's coach because I feel like he's too defensive minded because that's what he was, the defensive coach. But their defense wasn't that good.
Payton too.
Right, and their defense wasn't good. Man, fuck Sean Payton. All them motherfuckers was playing games, man. All them motherfuckers. Let me tell you, how the fuck you go to Denver and then turn around and take Will Lutz and send him to Denver? Y'all motherfuckers think we don't see what's going on?
Hey, certain coaches take their guys with them. A lot of people
act like he mad. He act like he mad, man. They sent me to Denver. He wasn't mad. All this shit was playing. Y'all did this shit. Y'all playing this shit this week.
All right, well.
Anybody trying to help Denver win no Super Bowl? You supposed to be trying to help the Saints win the Super Bowl. Shame on them motherfuckers.
I'm about to throw a wrench in there.
Behind the dope politics.
Because I know you're going to have more to say when I say this. I think the Titans going to beat the Saints.
No.
Yeah. Hey, look, you try to say that I was trying to push you to the 49ers.
Yeah.
And I don't try to push me towards the Saints. And my cousin, that's his favorite team, so I got love for the Saints.
I was going to say the Titans going to whoop the shit out of the Saints.
Damn, you had to go that far. I don't think it's going to go that far. I just think they both got some good passing. Let's not get it twisted. The Titans do got DeAndre Hopkins. And I think that's...
I'm going to have to go for probably the Saints because although I'm not going to let them get away with stuffing on the goddamn Ravens' head and shit. So
we don't like birds. We got a problem with birds. We got a problem with birds. Blame it on the Falcons. We got a problem with birds.
I'm going for the Saints on
Who
this
that? Who that saying to go?
So the Titans. I think it's going to come down to one thing in this game, and there's no disrespect to the Titans. I mean, to the Saints, but I think the Titans just going to have a better running game. I mean, you got Derrick Henry. He's fucking crazy. He's a freak of nature. I think it's going to be hard to stop him.
Run defense, though.
I think, they do. They do.
Run defense.
They do, but when you got Derrick Henry, they'll stop it. I'll say they'll stop it in the first half. The second half, you got to remember when this big motherfucker is ramming into you every fucking play, you gonna feel something. He wears people down. He's like Ezekiel Elliott when he came into the league. They remind me of so much of each other. Even though Ezekiel Elliott is on the Patriots now, he's falling off a little bit. We'll get to that later. But Derrick Henry.
Side question.
What's up?
Side note. Now I've been reading up on the Michael Orr story. I don't know if you read on it. That's the guy that was in The Blind Side.
Yeah, he's a Raven,
He said the family. He retired now. He said the family.
He played for the Ravens.
He don't play no more.
No, he played for the Ravens.
Oh yeah. The situation that happened with him and the family. Do you think did he get his fair share? Is his complaint valid?
This is the thing about show business. They're gonna sprinkle some extra shit onto everything. Um, I, I think the movie represented him into maybe some things went too far, like him walking home all by himself
It
and
wasn't about the
she
movie.
pulls
It
up
was
on.
about his adopted parents that he's suing them, saying that they got all these royalties and stuff from the
That's what
movies
I was
and the
getting to.
shows and stuff,
That's what I was.
and they
That's what I
didn't
was getting
depict
to.
his life, shit like that.
Yeah, that's what I was getting to. That's why I said they're gonna sprinkle extra stuff on there. I didn't really agree with the movie. I think he should. That's why I agree with Michael Orr, because it's if you're using his face and his likeness and what I mean to get a name and get most of the money and whatever shit happens with family, because that is his family at the end of the day. So I don't really want to speak on it too much, but I think he has his rights to certain things as well as far as the money and I mean they did use him. I mean if Michael Orr wasn't part of that family, where would that family be? Type shit. Um, I mean it's a good story. I think a lot of people look at the movie and try to say like, well, that family saved Michael Orr and made him what he was, which I disagree with. I mean, he's also another freak
Yeah,
of nature in a good way. Like he was
yeah, he
built for
got God
football.
given talent.
Yeah, he was built for football. He built him for football. There's not a lot of players that are built for football. You know what I mean? Some players they they just play football. They have a love for football, but it's very rare you got players that are built for it. You know what I mean? Like they couldn't play. You wouldn't see them playing any other sport or none of that. Um, Yeah, so that's what I feel about that. But like the Titans and the Saints that we just got it to. I got the Titans and y'all two picked the Saints. Lyric over here battling with himself every damn match. Or who he wants to pick. He'll say something good about the losing team. And then he move on to picking the other side. Which is good. He's pointing out the weaknesses that they gotta overcome to win that game. But the
Mhm.
next game I got for a game of the week. This is my fourth game of the week. I think it's gonna be really good. This going to play into what Hawklife just said about the Titans and Saints. So I think I have a feeling that he's not going for the Broncos in this one. They're at home facing the Raiders. Uh, I'll let Hawklife go again because I think I already know his pick for the Raiders and Broncos. So I'll let him go ahead and explain a little bit. But for those who don't know, we do the quarterback matchup, and it's
Raiders and the
Garoppolo and Russell Wilson.
You said
So
the
you got
Raiders and the Broncos, huh?
Jimmy Garoppolo with the Raiders now. And he do got Devontae Adams. He got a lot of good shit. And Russell Wilson with the Broncos with Sean Payton as now running things over there. So I don't know who you guys. My game of the week, fourth game of the week for this week.
Um, I think it's gonna be a good game. Two solid teams. Um, Broncos Raiders was nice last year. Uh, I think they made a nice little ways. Um,
With Derek Carr.
right. I definitely give this one to the Broncos because I've been seeing what's going on in the off season. Like I said, all these fucking suspicious moves that's been going on in the background. New Orleans kind of basically
Oh, you
setting
surprised
Peyton up
me. You went
to
with
a
the
solid
Broncos and
with
he said, fuck Sean Payton.
because I feel like the Saints helping Sean Payton get a good team.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
I can
saying? Like,
respect that. I'm
it's
going to
some
let Lyric
politics
go.
shit going on back behind the scenes. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
That's what any business. And at the end of the day, you gotta look at it. NBA, NFL, NHL, MLB. It's all business. It's a sports, yeah, but everyone move with business moves. I'll let Lyric get who you got in the Raiders and Broncos, or if you want me to break it down real quick, if you ain't got a decision right now, I'll break it down.
Raiders.
Oh, he just. All right. Well, I'll break it down. Still, I got the Raiders as well. No disrespect to Derek Carr. I think Jimmy Garoppolo could be an upgrade for that Raiders offense at quarterback. Not by
Exactly.
much. I don't think they missed a step with switching quarterbacks. He does have Devontae Adams. I think the Raiders offense might be a little bit better than the 49ers offense. I mean, they did have Debo Samuel, and he had a lot of good people that he could throw to. But when you got Devontae Adams and the speed he has on the field, down to they both got decent defenses. I don't think they're good, but they're not great in my eyes. I think the Broncos have a little bit of star power, but the Raiders have a better edge on defense. So, and then let's not forget that I think Darren Waller's in there now. for the Raiders. So I just think they have better offensive weapons as far as getting to the points and actually putting up
I'm
points.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say those that's a Raiders fans. This is your year. This is
I wouldn't
definitely
go
your
that far.
year.
It could be. I don't think it's a Super Bowl playoff. Yeah, because we're going to get into the divisions in a minute here. We got like 5 games left, 6 games left.
I'm just saying,
Uh,
like, like it's gonna be a lot of good games. They're gonna be tough in their division and everything as well. So it's gonna be their year, regardless they go to a Super Bowl or not. I'm just gonna say, like, yeah, it's gonna be pretty fun to watch the Raiders play right now. At a chance like this, like, yeah,
I do have
I'm
it as a
even
game of the
intrigued.
week as well. So,
Yeah, I'm even intrigued by it. You know what I mean? Especially the Broncos. Like, yeah,
yeah, I think Russell Wilson will get back on track, by the way. I mean, let's let's just say, I mean, Sean Payton, he's going to change a little bit there. Just, I don't really know for week one for the Broncos, so I went with the Raiders. But the next game, this one going to be a little bit crazy too. It's not game of the week, but I think it's a game to watch. It's a game to look out for with the Eagles going to the Patriots at home. Jalen Hurts, Mac Jones going after each other. Uh, would like to point out the Eagles did lose a lot of defense. Defense won't be the same this year. The Patriots do have Matthew Judon. They both have good defenses, great defenses, even to a point. I'll point out. Hunter Henry's back for the Patriots. I kind of biased because we all know Patriots and Ravens don't get along. But I went with the Eagles. I just think the offense is what's going to play down to it. I think Mac Jones had a subpar year. He's trying to get back on track. But he does have full. He's the only quarterback on their roster. They don't have any backups. Bill Belichick's went all in on Mac Jones. He believes in him. I guess he's throwing him into the fire. So if an injury does happen, hopefully not for any players, it's like you're not going to have a backup quarterback, which would be a problem. But Mac Jones, he's been healthy. He's had a little bit of moments here and there because Bailey Zappi or whatever. They're kind of mad about him getting thrown into the practice squad or thrown out of the game or out of the team. But I went with the Eagles. I just think they got weapons. They got weapons offensively. I think both of the defenses are going to play good. I don't know if the Patriots will be able to overcome the Eagles defense, but the Eagles defense won't be what it was last year due to losing a lot of players, a lot of people off the D-line, secondary. It's going to be crazy. But I did go with the Eagles. I just think Jalen Hurts he reminds me of Lamar Jackson. You know what I mean? They both have similar play style a little bit to me. So I think Jalen Hurts throws a little bit better and Lamar Jackson runs a little bit better, but they're very close. They both do the same thing, expected the same play. So, I mean, who y'all got in this Eagles and Patriots little
yeah.
showdown right here?
I'm just gonna say it's Bill Belichick. So I mean, I guess I'll have to go with Bill Belichick because Bill Belichick is gonna do what Bill Belichick's gonna do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's
Like,
gonna lose
he,
without Tom Brady. That's what he's gonna do. And he's been doing it well since he left. Not all
he,
right. I had to throw a little
he
jab,
needs a
bro.
he needs a well check. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, I had to throw a little jab at you.
yeah. But I mean, I mean, bro, like, ooh, shit. Yeah, the Eagles. I can see a perspective on that. The Eagles do got an amazing fucking offense. So, that can break defense. It could change the play of the game. But would it also boil down to just a defense on defense game as well? Because I mean, if your offense is pushing, moving through, it just depends. Like, if that defense can tire out the offense and your defense already shitty anyway, you know what I mean? If it gets reversed, then
Yeah, I could agree
it
with that
kind of
perspective as well. 'Cause I
it
think the Eagles
it
got the
kind
better
of falls
offense,
in the
Patriots
hand
got
of
the
the
better defense.
Patriots. And the Patriots, Bill Belichick. Let me tell you about Bill Belichick. That's why I said Bill Belichick is going to do what Bill Belichick is going to do. Like, he was one of the first people to find out some of the shit that Lamar Jackson was doing. So I think Bill Belichick is going to do a well check to make sure that his teams have all the materials and necessities that they need to get a W in this game. That's what I think. So, do I
All right,
think that the Eagles going to take this shit? Um, Probably not. They probably going to get shot from the sky and probably led in the field. It just became like rotisserie chicken style, some shit.
well,
You know
damn.
what I mean? For a Cracker Barrel or something. Because I mean, if they believe that they gonna take this, I don't think they is. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna have to go with Bill Belichick on this one.
Bill Belichick. All right, what you got, Hawklife? Eagles and Patriots. Um, what they got going on? I would like to also point out Matthew Judon was a Raven. That's my favorite Patriot. He's putting in work on
Hell
that
yeah.
defense. I can give you they got a better defense, but I'm still going Eagles.
Patriots got a good team. Eagles been dominant the last 2 years, and I think they're gonna still be dominant this year. I feel like New England need a couple more pieces, but they still got a decent squad. I don't think it's gonna be enough for Philly, so I'm giving it to Philly.
Yeah, we shitting on the Patriots right now. This next game was almost game of the week for me, but it's not game of the week. I still have my last one, my last game of the week, but it is going to be a fucking game. The Rams and the Seahawks. Cooper Kupp's questionable, but he's not on the pup list from my research. It's Matthew Stafford and the Rams, Geno Smith and the Seahawks, and Geno Smith has been doing some things for the Seahawks, but they might as well be the G-Hawks with Geno. I mean, I went with the Seahawks in this one. Shout out to our brother, Bones. That's his team, but
Oh yeah,
I
shout out
didn't
to
take by it.
our brother.
Yeah, Loud Mob.
Yeah,
But
I'm
I
I'm
went with the
I'm
Seahawks.
going Seahawks too. Yeah,
I don't know. The Rams, if Cooper Kupp was, even if he does play, he might not be 100%. And
it may not
he
be,
doesn't
but
he doesn't have the weapons that they had. And I mean, the Rams are always a team to fucking be fearful of. You know what I mean? With Matthew Stafford being there now, I think he's doing good. He's his second year there, if I'm not mistaken. He's going to be more on point. But I'm gonna go with the Seahawks. A lot of people have the Seahawks doing a lot of good things, but I didn't even look at that. I just looked at, hey,
yeah,
they play solid.
I'm gonna go with the Seahawks too. And if they do lose this one, I'm gonna be coming back next week to talk shit about them on this one. Yeah. So I mean, Seahawks
Hey,
don't
they got
fucking let
Tyler
me down.
Lockett. I mean, they
Don't
got
they need to
players.
lock it. They need to lock this game up. Don't damn lose this one because I swear to God, they end up losing next week. I swear to fucking God, bro. Like I'm gonna snap the fuck
All
off
right.
because
Well,
like
we gonna let.
this.
Well, who you got? Rams, Seahawks. I know we on a little bit of a time crunch, so
Yeah,
I'm trying to get
Seahawks.
through these games. We're talking to Hawk. Like, who you got? Rams out of the Seahawks. Matthew Stafford is at Seahawks, so the Seahawks got home field with Geno Smith.
Gonna be another good game. Um, the Rams was solid last year. Uh, Geno and them had kind of struggled, but they still had a solid year last year.
I'm just gonna remind you real quick. You got three game of the weeks left, and there's 5 games left to go over. So I'm just letting you know, so you know where if you want to put them up there. But
I'm gonna call this one my game of the week. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because you got 2 young quarterbacks. You got Cooper Kupp and Geno Smith going at it.
Matthew Stafford and Geno Smith, you mean?
Sorry, Matthew Stafford and Geno Smith going at it. Two solid quarterbacks. And I can't wait to see that go down. I know both teams got solid defenses as well, so I can't wait to see that go down. But if I had to call it, give it to somebody, I'm gonna get this one to the Rams.
Ooh.
I'm gonna get this one to the Rams probably by 7.
By a needle.
Okay.
All right.
You shit.
Here go my last game of the week.
Shit on the Seahawks.
This is my last game of the week right here. It's the Dolphins versus the Chargers. Chargers at home, and I hate to say it, it goes down to being healthy. It goes down to being healthy,
Man.
but I gotta go with the Dolphins if Tua's out there. Tyreek Hill. Yes,
Do
I'm going with the Dolphins. Y'all can pick Chargers if you want
do
to. Get
do we
charged up.
have to go over this game?
Yes,
Like,
I'm going with the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins are going to win this game against the Chargers. Like I said, I got 8 home wins, 8 away wins. It's even this week, but I think the Dolphins are gonna take out the Chargers. I really don't believe in Justin Herbert as much as everybody does. Maybe because it's Lamar Jackson and they get compared a lot coming out of the draft or whatever. I just don't think Justin Herbert's going to get it done. Tua showed that connection last year with the Dolphins. He showed that he could do some things with Tyreek Hill and Waddle. Waddle is a fucking beast. And they got, I think, Mozart as a running back. They got a good offense. Defense, questionable on both sides. More better defense on the Chargers, but Dolphins, I feel like, got a better offense. I just, maybe it's biased. I don't like Justin Herbert. So I'm going to go with the Dolphins. I think they just have a better chance at putting up points in this one, as well
no.
as
Yeah, I mean, they do. You know what I mean? Like the fucking Chargers, bro. We gotta go
hey,
over
they're a
this
good
one.
team. I'm
Like,
just I'm
you know
just
what I
not
mean?
gonna.
Like, I just feel like that they're just the least of the bunch, you know. But other than that, I mean, if I
Oh,
have
I
to
wouldn't
say
say
in
that.
this, if I have to say in this scenario, you know what I mean, I'll probably go for Miami. You know what I mean? I would have to say Miami. You know what I mean? Because their style of play, their style of offense. You know what I mean? Like
Fast pace,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like they kind
But
of got the
shit,
edge and the momentum to keep the game going in their favor just to win.
I guess the
You
question
know?
is, Hawklife, do you agree with that? With the panel is saying Dolphins at Chargers are also at home, got the better
Or,
defense, but Dolphins got a better
or
offense.
are you going to shit on the Miami too?
Now,
No, it's still.
It's gonna be another good battle. Who is the Chargers quarterback?
Justin Herbert.
Okay, because I know
Sherbert.
last year I betted on a couple of their players. Ackner, whatever his name
Akers,
is.
yeah. Yeah, he's
Uh,
a beast.
yeah, it was a couple
Cam
of
Akers.
them. Yeah, it was a couple of them that was doing their thing. Herbert, he got a good arm. Um,
Sherbert.
Sherbert, he got a good
No,
arm.
it's Herbert. He's fucking with you.
Oh man, I'm about to say ain't no fucking Sherbert. I mean Herbert, yeah, he got a good arm. Uh, Miami got a nice little squad. They got Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, tell me about it.
They've been decent. I don't know if they made the playoffs last year. If they did, they probably did.
Tua got hurt. I don't think they did.
Nah,
To be honest.
nah. They
Yeah,
almost did. They came close.
if they put
Yeah,
it all together and they can finish, then they could be real contenders. Hopefully, they picked up a couple more weapons to complement their team this
they
all
need
season.
one.
Um, but that's gonna be a close one to call. Uh,
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna call this the game of the week.
Another. You got 2 more
Tahua and
left after
Herbert,
this. Yep.
Tahuda and Herbert. This has got to be a game of the week, but I'm gonna give this one to Miami slightly. Just 'cause I feel like they they gonna have it all together now. Everybody healthy.
All right. Now we're
The
gonna get into
difference
some
maker.
controversy. Everyone knows when the Cowboys name come up, there's a lot of motherfuckers. You on one side, you on the other side.
Fuck the
I'm in the
Cowboys.
middle. I'm on
I'm
the
sorry.
middle. I'm on the middle. All right, well I'll let you go first, bro. The
All
Cowboys
right,
is going
let's go.
home to the
Uh huh.
Giants home. It's
Mm-hmm.
the New York Giants and the Cowboys. You know, it's Daniel Jones and Dak
Lose.
Prescott.
They gonna
And hold
lose.
on, hold on, hold on. I want to point out some things that we talked behind the scenes real quick. You've been talking so long about Tony Pollard. Tony Pollard. Now that Ezekiel Elliott's gone, he's the starting running back. So
Bro, here's the thing. Here's the thing. All right, and here's the thing with you Cowboy fans, y'all. If y'all here listening, all right, and I want y'all to open y'all fucking ears up, all right. Y'all don't need that Prescott, and y'all definitely don't need fucking Zeke, bro. I don't know what is it about y'all
Ezekiel
motherfuckers that
Elliott's
make
gone.
y'all
He's on the Patriots.
good. Keep his ass there, okay? Because his ass almost got jumped on anyway as soon as he pulled up to the fucking shit. But
So you
long
got the
story short,
Giants.
whatever. Yeah, I got the Giants. Hell yeah, I got the Giants. You
All
wanna
right,
know why? Because
I'm gonna let Hawklife. I'm gonna let
hold
Hawklife
on.
go.
There's a couple good players on the Cowboys that people
They got
do
a
not
great
pay
defense.
attention to. No, bro, but they got a better offense as well. And here's something that people shit on, bro. They got Polar, yes, and then they also got old dude. I forgot his name. They got Lamb. bro. Them two is the main ones I see that's literally pulling Cowboys to getting the wins and shit that they supposed to have. It's not.
You got Deuce Vaughn,
It's not. It's not fucking
the new
Zeke.
rookie.
Like I mean, like every fucking 3 goddamn fucking yards, nigga doing feed me more type shit. Like nigga,
Oh,
like why
I'd
don't you
like
go
to take
back to the
something
way
back
how
real
you
quick. The
used to be?
Raiders do not have
You know what I mean?
Darren Waller no more. He's actually on the Giants. He's a new tight end. Just point that out. I said that
Oh
earlier. I was
shit.
mistaken.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Like, but you see the thing is that, and I feel like with Dak Prescott, nah, like y'all niggas gotta go with a better quarterback
All right, all right. We
at this
crushed for
point.
time, so I'm gonna let Hawklife. Who you got in the Cowboys? Giants at home. Is Daniel Jones in the Giants? Dak Prescott in the Cowboys. What you think's gonna go down?
Um, this is gonna be another good game. I'm gonna call this my game of the week, and
All
I'm
right,
gonna
you got
say
one
that
left for
because
2 games.
okay, and I say that because Cowboys been knocking on that door for a while. If they got rid of some pieces they need to get rid of, hopefully they added some pieces that they can use. Um,
They got Brandon Cooks. They got
well,
Brandon Cooks, bro. Wide
I mean
receiver.
they might be playoff contention. You just never know.
That's what I mean. Yeah,
You just
focus on
never
the
know.
receiver.
Uh,
It's
but I'm gonna get this one. The Giants, they're having a decent team, but they ain't really been all that since Eli left. What's his name? The running back over
Daniel
there.
Jones,
You got Daniel Jones, and you got
quarterback.
a quarterback, and you got
nah, the Giants been straight though. Ever since he left. Like, I mean, I feel like I feel like yeah, the Giants was really up there. Yes, the Giants is pretty much everybody's favorable team and shit. But when you kind of really look at the Giants though, like they didn't really change not more or less. Like they still, I just feel
Hey,
like that there was just a lot of fame that was just revolving around the dude's name. Of course, he had a household name, so it just made it look
all
appealing.
right, all right. Well, let's let Hawk Life get to. I know we crunch for time because I know Hawk Life's schedule. So,
Yeah. My bad.
but so who you saying in the Cowboys and Giants? Because it kind of still up in the air right now. Hawk.
yeah. It was like it's a tough call. That's why I said it's the game of the week because it could go either way. But I'm gonna upset some people's feelings, and I'm gonna go for the Cowboys in this one.
All right. Well, I'm gonna say my piece because I
The
guess we both upset.
Cowboys.
We both upsetting people. I will tell you right now. Giants got a good offense. So do the Cowboys. Cowboys got Brandon Cooks now. So you're not going to look at CD Lamb to take the whole, the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Tony Pollard has been second string, but having better numbers than Ezekiel Elliott. He'll have more touches. But I think this game comes down to defense, and Giants do not have the defense that the Cowboys do have. So I actually went with the Cowboys. I think they're going to beat the Giants. I just don't believe that the Giants have enough defensive power to stop them, and I also don't believe that the Giants have enough offensive power to actually fuck with that Cowboys defense right now. So
Oh,
I
y'all
did go with
crazy?
Cowboys.
Y'all about to maybe become another fucking Stephen A. Smith, ain't y'all?
Look. You can say what you like
Are
to say,
y'all are y'all hearing yourself? Cowboys? Y'all gonna take the Cowboys
and we're gonna be
above
here
the
next week.
Giants?
Don't worry about it. We're gonna invite you
Above the
back, so you
Giants.
gotta
Okay,
taste your
all
medicine.
right, all right. Yeah, okay,
I'm
all right.
gonna
We're
let
gonna
you know.
see.
I think me and
We're
Hawk
gonna
Life
see.
are right
We're
on
gonna
this
see.
one.
Okay, all right, we're gonna see it. I'm gonna come
We
back
gonna
and I'm
see.
gonna be like, yeah, what about them boys? What
Hey,
about
I'm
them
not a Cowboys
Cowboys?
fan.
I'm gonna
That's just
see.
who I got in this game. I'm just going to say it out there, and we
Okay,
Yes,
biased
I
because
am. I'm not a Cowboys fan either. I just feel like they're gonna have a better game.
all right, well, Hawklife, I'm gonna remind you, you got one more game in the week with 2 games left. I'm gonna go ahead and spill the beans on the next 2 games. I'll do them in it's Packers and Bears and Bills and Jets. So you got to think about which two you want as game of the week. Jets are at home against the Bills. Bears are at home against the Packers. But we're gonna get into this Packers and Bears first. It's Jordan Love for the Packers. He's at the helm right now, and Justin Fields for the Bears. Um, I'll go ahead and break this little mold real quick. Historically, the Packers they move on from quarterbacks very well. I will give them that. They do from Brett Favre and now from Aaron Rodgers. I think they're going to be able to move on and still keep up pace. But Justin Fields, he's another one of them players that remind me of Lamar Jackson. I ain't gonna lie, he's been rushing a lot lately. I just think the Bears and Packers is that rivalry. It's a good ass rivalry. It's always gonna be a good game. It's like when the Ravens play Pittsburgh, you know it's gonna be hard hitting. There's gonna be some chatter back and forth. But I got the Bears in this one. I think the Bears are gonna beat the Packers. Um, just because that rushing quarterbacks give every defensive fucking problem unless you have a rushing quarterback on your team to really that you're practicing with all the time to know how to stop a rushing quarterback because you got a rushing quarterback. So I think the Packers are very known for pocket passers, and I think the Bears can give pressure. So I got the Bears beating the Packers in that game, and then I'm gonna move on to the next game just so you can figure out who you think you got for your next game of the week, last game of the week, Hawk. The Bills are going to the Jets, and I'm not on the Aaron Rodgers train. Don't get me wrong. I'm not on there. You know, Josh Allen, Aaron Rodgers, but Josh Allen is another quarterback I don't like. I just don't like him. So I got the Jets. I ain't gonna lie. I think the Jets. They got Dalvin Cook too. I got him on my fantasy. They got a starting running back that's good. I forget his name though. But the Jets have that overwhelming defense. They're going to be a top 5 defense this year as well. They're known for defense, and now they got a quarterback that can actually get some plays done. So I got the Jets beating the Bills. I also got the Bears beating the Packers. So we'll let you go on who you got in the Packers and Bears. Or actually, who's your game of the week? Is it the last game of the week? Is it Packers and Bears, or is it Bills and Jets? I got a feeling which one is going to be, but.
Oh, my game of the week is gonna
Your
be the
last
Bills
one.
and the Jets.
I
My
knew you was
last
going
one is gonna be the Bills and the Jets. And I'm gonna tell you something. I'm picking this team out of respect because I was watching that game when my brother Hamlin went down, and I saw how them people came in there and saved that young man's life. And I saw the gratitude he gave them back during the ESPYs. So I want you to understand something. With that being said, they got Brandon Suggs, if I say his name, or Diggs. They got so many weapons in Buffalo. They also got so many weapons over
But
on the other end of the Jets because they got Aaron Rodgers now. It's gonna be an interesting matchup right there.
they got Wilson on Jets. But if y'all don't know, the Bills, Diggs and Josh Allen been having a little bit of problems.
Yeah, they be having problems, but when they get in that
throughout
game,
the preseason.
when they get in that game, it's gonna be a different story. You know, people disagree. People disagree because they're so passionate about the sport. You know, the media gonna throw shit out however they gonna throw it out. But when they get time to get on that court and it's time to go, them two gonna over here. There's nothing that they can't
All right, well,
overcome.
bro, we need a tiebreaker. Who you got in the Bills and Jets? Because Hawklyfe said he want to give respect to the Bills. I kept it football. Like prayers
gonna
to
beat the shit out the damn Bills.
I don't know about that. But I do think.
Man, watch I come back in the Bills, been and took that dub.
Hey, we will have to stand on our shit, like me and bro say. We're gonna get to this last game because I want to get into the divisions after this. Hawklife said he wanted to save the divisions so after we went through the games. I know he ready for that, and he ain't gonna be ready for what I got to say. Packers and Bears. Like I said, I got Justin Fields with the Bears. I think I already gave a good little breakdown of why I picked him and the Bears to win this one. So who y'all got between the Packers and the Bears? Jordan Love is now the quarterback for the Packers after Aaron Rodgers leaves. And Justin Fields been there for the Bears. He showed his productivity. So who y'all got in that one? Last game of the schedule.
That's an easy one for me. That's an easy one for me.
He said this is not a game of the week. This is a slaughter.
Yeah, I give it to the Bears. I feel like the Packers are regrouping. I got to see what the youngster gonna do because it's his first time taking the helm. I got to see what he's gonna do. I wouldn't be comfortable giving the Packers the match, not knowing how he's under pressure and stuff like that. So if I had to go all paperwork and face value, I'm gonna have to go to the Bears. I know Justin Fields gonna have a solid game. So.
I see Lyric over there. I think he got something else to say. I think he gonna disagree with us. I don't know because he's looking at his camera like Bears. So what you got there, bro? What you got on the Packers and the Bears?
Nigga, the Packers, bro. I got the Packers, of course.
We gonna be packing your ass up next week when they take this L.
Okay, all right, yeah. Yeah, we got the sour patches over here. You know what I mean? We packing the sour patches. You
So you
know.
He
believe
needs
in
some.
Jordan
And
Love?
Yeah,
You think Jordan
yeah,
Love's
bro,
going? I mean, he was behind Aaron Rodgers. Like I said, they
bro,
do have a good history of changing
bro.
quarterbacks,
Look. I have
and they
to,
do it the
bro.
same way every
You
time.
wanna know why? It's PTSD, bro. I mean, I mean, look, bro. Like,
PTSD.
yeah.
He
I'm
said
about
the
to
Bears
explain
been
it, bro.
scaring his ass.
Check it out, bro. You know, that's
My
kind of a
hand I
nigga's
went to
ex
sleep.
team, right? That's a nigga ex team. I done already went through it with her ass. But let me tell you something. When you got that nigga love though, and it kind of rings a bell with a hint with a certain person I ain't trying to put on blast and shit. You know what I mean? Then it's like, oh shit, god damn, like that's too much of a Christmas there. You know what I mean? So I gotta go for the
Uh,
Packers.
you went
You
with
know
the
what I mean? Like
Packers. All right, we
superstitious,
going.
bro.
All right,
Superstitious,
you
real
going
as
off of
fuck, bro.
personal reasons. I got you. You got personal reasons, just
Yeah,
like
you
I
know
don't
what I
like
mean?
certain
I say
quarterbacks.
respect superstitious. You know what I mean?
All right, well, we gonna get into this divisions real quick. So y'all gonna I'm gonna name all four teams in the division. We're gonna start off with the AFC. Y'all gonna tell me who y'all think's gonna win that division and who gonna be their biggest competition. I'll give off an example first. The Bills, the Dolphins, the Patriots, and the Jets. In this division, who y'all got? I got the Jets winning the division. I got the Jets winning the
Whoa.
division.
What is it again?
Even though it's the
You
Bills,
said
Dolphins, Patriots, Jets. Bills,
which division
Dolphins,
is that?
Patriots, Jets.
Which one's that? NFC North?
No, it's AFC. That's the AFC division. I
Okay.
think
So
it's
so we're going over the AFC division first. So this is the North then.
no. North is the Ravens, Bengals, Steelers, Browns. I
Oh yeah,
don't.
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
don't think. I don't. I'm having a brain fart, so I'm just gonna go through the teams. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh, okay,
this
okay,
is
okay. All right.
Bills, Dolphins, Patriots, Jets. Out of those four teams, who do you got winning the division? I got the Jets, even though I think the Dolphins are gonna be really good this year. Um, I went with the Jets. I have a feeling about Aaron Rodgers and the Jets. I think the Dolphins are going to be their biggest competition. So out of those four teams, so I went with the Jets, with the Dolphins being the biggest competition. They could possibly still make the playoffs, but Jets going to win that division. Who y'all got?
Okay. All right. And who is it again? I'm sorry.
Buffalo Bills, Miami Dolphins, New England Patriots, and the New York Jets. That's the division. Who you got?
Oh shit. I would say it's probably gonna be a tie. I'm gonna say a tie. Yeah, we gonna see a tie somewhere because of
Oh, there's very
the
rarely
Patriots.
ties, bro, because they break
I
down into
know, I
division
know,
wins.
I know, I know. But this is why I'm gonna say this though, considering everything that has happened. Um, and I'm gonna say probably with the Patriots and the Bills, right? Yeah. But I want to say I want to give it to Miami. There are times where Miami becomes a good fucking like team. You know what I mean? And
So who
like
you got
they
winning?
um
Remember, we pressed for time a little bit. Hawklife got to go work, so
oh
I'm
yeah,
just trying. I'm
yeah.
not trying to rush, but I'm trying to
I'm
make
gonna
sure he
say
got time.
I'm just gonna just go with fucking Miami. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna go with Miami. Like yeah.
Okay, so
I'm
you
just
got
in the
Miami
air with
Dolphins
this
winning
one.
that division. I
So
can respect that.
yeah. You know what I mean? Like I'm up in the air with this one, but I'd rather just go for Miami. You know what I mean?
All right, Hawk, who you got? I think
Okay, what you
okay.
said teams was?
Buffalo Bills, Miami Dolphins, New England Patriots, or the New York Jets. Who you got winning the division? Who you think their biggest competition might be?
Buffalo Bills are probably one of the they played
Ooh,
them
we
like they
all.
played last year. I just feel like Miami can win two, or at least make a playoff run. Um, if they're
That's what I
consistent
was
throughout
saying.
the season. But
Yeah.
I
And injuries.
definitely right. But I definitely at this right now in this conjunction, like I said, if I was reading our paper now going into the season, I would say Baltimore would be. I mean, not Baltimore. Buffalo would be the front runners.
All right, so we got Hawklife with the Buffalo Bills, Lyric Lauer with the Miami Dolphins, and Chief was picking the Jets. We did not agree in that division. That's fine. Next division, listen closely. We're going to get into this one. We got the Kansas City Chiefs, the San Diego Chargers, the Oakland Raiders, and the Denver Broncos. In this division, I went with the Chiefs. It's kind of like you don't want to bet against Patrick Mahomes, even though the defense is going to have its struggles. I think this is going to be a tough division as well. Um, Not the toughest in the AFC. I think that's for the Ravens, Bengals, Steelers, and Browns. Going to be the toughest division, but they're going to have a lot of competition, and I really don't know who's going to be that competition for the Chiefs. They all are fucking. The Chargers are beasts. The Raiders are beasts. Broncos, they all got good players, but I think the Chiefs are going to win the division once again this year. I go with the Chiefs. So who y'all got? Chiefs, Chargers, Raiders, Broncos. Who you think winning this division?
Yeah, I don't like Patrick Mahomes, so other than that, I'm gonna say the Raiders, man, to be real.
The Raiders. Okay.
Yeah.
You like Jimmy Garoppolo and them Raiders. All right, Hawklife. Who you got these for right here? Remember, I'm writing this down, so when we get later in the year, we're gonna be held to these motherfuckers.
Oh man, that's that's gonna go out. It's gonna be out of the Broncos or Kansas City. I think Kansas City won last year. I don't think they're going
Yeah,
back to the Super Bowl
they
this year.
they
They
division
may make
champs
it to the
last year.
playoff. Yeah, they may make it to the playoffs first round, but then they're gonna be cut after that. Kansas City. Division wise, I feel like I'm gonna give it to the Broncos because I don't feel like
Oh, we did not
Kansas
agree
City
on that
would
one either.
Kansas City would not get the division this year. I don't think they're gonna make the playoffs. If he does, it's gonna be like they're gonna get eliminated in the first round. It's not gonna be back to back championships wins from even though they're the champs from last year.
Hey, you hear a lot of people saying they're gonna go 20-0, undefeated season. I don't think that's gonna
Yeah.
happen. I'm not gonna
Mm.
lie. I don't think the Chiefs
No,
going undefeated.
no, no,
But
Nah,
no.
people
That's never
overdrafting them.
happened. Hell no. That ain't never
all
happened.
right.
Hell no.
Here we go. I already know what lyrics pick's gonna be. I'm gonna spoil it, but Bengals, Ravens, Steelers, Browns. I'm going with
Yeah,
the Ravens.
Ravens.
Defense, they got the offense. They got a whole bunch of people. Ravens is the number 3 team that spent the most in the offseason. I think New England brought a lot of new people in, and I can't remember the third team, but we number third at throwing that money around this offseason. So I'm going with the Ravens. I know Lyric going with the Ravens, so
Yeah, I'm
we're
going with the
gonna go
Ravens
ahead and
too.
hit Hawk Life right now. Who you got after the Bengals, Ravens, Steelers, Browns? Who you think's gonna win that division?
Very strong defensive division. Um,
Yeah, I
out
think
of
it's the
all
best
those
division in
teams,
the North. AFC.
I think the team with the best wide receiver core was Cincinnati. But I think defense wise, the team with the best defense is probably Baltimore. Um, and it's really gonna come down to who won it the most. But if I had to choose in this one, Lord, it's a hard one.
Oh, we looking at you right now. Like you better, if you go against the Ravens, you better pick a strong team because we on your ass.
It's gonna be a hard one. It's gonna be a hard one. But I'm gonna have to say, the Bengals gonna win the division.
Oh, damn you to hell, motherfucker. What
The
the fuck is
Bengals.
on
I think it's
the
between those two.
Bengals?
I think it's between
The
those two.
Bengals?
Um, yeah, it's fine. We gonna hold him to it. We gonna hold him to it because we get into his division next, and he ain't gonna like what I gotta say about it. We already know that I said a lot about the Titans, and I said a lot about the Jags, and I don't think the Colts gonna do shit. And what I mean, that's not his division yet, but this next division in the AFC is the Jaguars, the Titans, the Colts, and the Texans. Who you got out of these? I'm gonna go ahead. I like the Titans. Don't get me wrong. They got Derrick Henry. They got a lot of people. Um, you know what? I might change my decision right here. I'm gonna let y'all go first. I'm gonna think about this one because I'm looking at it.
Okay, what's it again?
Jacksonville Jaguars, Tennessee Titans, Indianapolis Colts, and Houston Texans. That's AFC South, if I'm not mistaken. But
Okay. Normally, for this division, Houston all day. Literally, Houston all day.
yeah,
I know, right?
I
I shit
don't
on
feel.
Dallas, but I represent Houston, right? Let me stop.
I just think
But
the Houston Texans are gonna be bottom half of this.
but now since Deshaun Watson's not there, stupid, fucking ignorant. Like, bro. So I gotta go with Colts.
The Colts. All right, you can
And
have
I
that
feel
one. You
and
wrong on that one.
I feel like that a lot of people that look at these games like this, and like I met a lot of people that's like this, and majority of them is in Texas. They probably
All
will
right, who
feel the
you got,
same way.
Hawklife? The Jags, the Titans, Colts, or Texans. Who you putting your chip on?
I think this is another one of those that's easy. I feel like the Jaguars gonna win the division. They got the stronger of the teams out of the four. But
Mm.
anything can happen. Anything can happen during the season. But front runner on paper is the Jaguars right now.
All right. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm making a last minute decision. Last minute decision because I don't want to side with Hawklife on this one. But I did have the Jags winning the division again. But now I think I convinced myself when we're talking about the Titans tonight. Um, I don't really like Trevor Lawrence that much. I'm switching my decision right now. I'll go ahead and make sure that we have an argument here. But I wanted to go on paper that I think Jaguars and Titans is going to be between those two teams. But I'm switching my decision because I did all this last night. I picked the teams. I watched everything. I went and looked up depth charts and made sure I knew my homework. But Cheefa is going with the Titans on this one. I'm gonna go with the Titans, and I should agree with Hawklife. Something's telling me like, nah, don't change your pick, don't change your pick. But I want an argument, and I think this division is more of a toss up for me. It's a tough division. Not all four teams. I just think between the Jags and Titans, you could really flip a coin of who you think's gonna get it. With DeAndre Hopkins joining, sheesh, with that Derrick Henry, so now they can pass the ball to give Derrick Henry more room running. I don't think Jags or Titans got an outstanding defense, even though Jags do have maybe a little slightly better defense. I'm gonna go with Titans. I'm gonna go with the Titans just so I can have an argument with Hawk Life. But I do want it to go down that I was gonna pick the Jags. But you picked the Jags, so I changed my fucking mind. I ain't gonna lie. For the sake of argument and the debate of this show here at Spotlight Sports Show, I'm gonna make sure we got an argument right there. This is another
Well,
one
we
we did
put
not
Spike.
agree.
Yeah.
We did not agree on this one. Now we move into the NFC. The NFC right now. I'm gonna start off with the controversial one because I know bro's not gonna pick who I think he's gonna pick. But Eagles, Cowboys, Giants, Commanders. I think this is another good division right here. And I'm gonna bust the bubble of everybody right now. And I'm gonna go ahead and say Cowboys gonna win this division. I think it's the Eagles lost too much on defense for me. The Commanders do have a good defense, and Sam Howell is going to play good this year, I think. And the Giants, I just don't see the Giants. I think they're going to be the worst team in the division. A lot of people got them up there. I don't think the defense is going to hold to the Cowboys' defense, the Eagles' defense, and the Commanders' defense. I think Eagles got a good offense, but I think the Cowboys just got a better offense and a better defense in this division for all the teams. So I'm going to go with the Dallas Cowboys
right.
to win this
I'm gonna say
division.
this. I'm going with the Commanders. Okay. The only reason why is because, bro, if that Prescott is not playing in the game, yes, I can see the Cowboys going. Of course they're gonna fucking go. You know what I mean? But that is only if that Prescott's not playing. If he's playing the game, them motherfuckers not gonna win no damn game. Give it up. Y'all niggas been waiting on something spectacular to
All
happen
right.
with them Cowboys for so damn long. Like, bro, like
Hey,
y'all act
y'all
like y'all
saying
can't
y'all like I'm a
see
Cowboys
where the
fan. We do
problems
know
at.
that I have
No,
a
no,
lot of
no.
Cowboys
I'm
fans.
not.
And
I'm
before the
not
Ravens,
fading,
my
bro.
family loved the Cowboys because we didn't
Yeah,
have a
so do
team.
mine. So do
So,
mine.
but
You know what I mean?
I
But
know your
I'm still
dad.
gonna
Your
talk
dad
my
will
shit.
be screaming
Yeah.
at you right now about them Cowboys right now. You can
I
hear him
hope he
yelling in your
fucking
damn
is.
ear
You
right now.
listening, nigga? Fuck you, nigga. Shit. You know, your team ain't going.
I
But
have a feeling. Hawkeyes gonna
but
pick a different team than us. I
but
don't
yeah,
know.
I say
Uh,
Commandos because the changes that
Commanders.
they
You got the
made.
Washington Commanders. I got the Cowboys. All right, so who you got? Hawk Life, Philadelphia Eagles, Dallas Cowboys, New York Giants, or the Washington Commanders? Who you think winning this division right here? We have not agreed on a
Yeah.
team. We almost did with the Jags, but I didn't want to.
Well, let me say this. The Commanders ain't been good since RG3 left. So,
Ooh,
Shots fired.
shit.
but
Shit.
I,
Damn. He about to
but
bring the
I will
Redskins
say
out.
this. I will say this through all the controversy that they built up a solid team, but they ain't really been contenders since RG3 left, and that's not a shot or a dig. That's just true fact. Um,
Nah, I heard you
but
cock that gun before you said that.
He gonna step that
Philly,
shit.
Philly
He
has been
said
dominant
he said
the
that's a true
last 2
fact.
years. Real dominant. They have a good chance of being dominant. Y'all know how many people they lost this year on the team. but
It was
they
mostly
may be.
defense. They lost a lot of the core
Okay, so it's
defense.
a little rebuilding on defense. Okay, and then you got the Cowboys. I don't know what kind of pieces they added. I know they got rid of some pieces. That they probably added
They
some
got
solid
Stephen
pieces.
Gilmore at cornerback, and they
They got
got Brennan
they got
Cooks.
the
That's the two
they
big
got the
things at
worst
wide
luck.
receiver.
They had the worst luck in the goddamn draft.
No, they got
I
Deuce
must.
Vaughn. Deuce Vaughn's gonna be straight as a running back. He's a rookie. I think he's gonna show. He's a short guy. He reminds me of you when you play football, Lyric. I ain't gonna lie. He's short, but he get the job done. You can't see him behind that offensive line, and that motherfucker can run. Um, but yeah, who you got, Hawklyfe? We over here with the
I,
Eagles, Cowboys,
I
Giants,
got.
Commanders.
I got in that division, and this might surprise a lot of motherfuckers.
Mm.
But I'm gonna get a division to the Commanders.
Whoa, you just shadowed over there. You go. Okay, y'all two. I see we're gonna have a lot of Cowboys debates this year. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, the
I ain't no Skip.
Commandos win.
I ain't no Skip. You know what I'm saying? I ain't Skip Bayless now, but I will
Skip,
defend these
come
Cowboys
on now,
because
Skip.
look, look, I'm the Shannon Sharp of this show. Now, uh,
Yeah.
shout out to them. With Undisputed and First
Okay,
Take Day. I
Shay
think they're gonna
Shay.
be good. Okay, next division right here. This is gonna be a controversial one. I think it's gonna come down. It's not your division yet, Hawk Life, so don't get too amped up. I can see you waiting. Talk your shit. But the 49ers, the Seahawks, the Rams, and the Cardinals. All right. I'm a defensive minded person. I love defense. And when I play Madden, I want my defense to be very good. So I went with the 49ers winning this division again. Just to recap, the Eagles won the division for the Eagles, Cowboys, Giants, and Commanders. Commanders was the worst. Y'all say they're gonna be the best this year. I think the Cowboys will be, but this one I think the 49ers they're gonna re-win the division. It's one of the teams that I think is gonna re-win the divisions. I did have the Jags, but I changed it to the Titans. Got convinced myself otherwise last minute. I did the same thing in the Browns and the Bengals game. I had the Bengals winning, but I still have the Bengals winning. But I was like stuck on that game for some reason. For at least like 45 minutes, I was doing my homework on that one fucking game. But I got the 49ers. So who y'all got out of the 49ers, the Seahawks, the Rams, and the Cardinals in that division? And what's your thoughts on that one?
I would have to agree with
Oh,
Cheefa.
the first agreement with Chief.
Um, I feel like when it comes down to it, they're the best representation. Uh,
Okay.
who should win it? I feel like the division is solid. Don't get me wrong.
I think the
Every team in
Seahawks, it's
it.
going to be between the Seahawks and the 49ers for me.
If I have the 49ers my daddy team. I have to go 49. He gonna kill me if I don't go 49.
Hey,
Nah,
you see
but
what Lyric said about his dad's team? He said, fuck him.
yeah, but I mean it is fuck 'em. I don't really watch the 49ers play, but they was dominant last year. But I feel like if on any team that would be able to take that from them would be the Jets. But I can't see how that's gonna
Not the
go.
Jets. It's 49ers, Seahawks, Rams, and Cardinals. I think the Seahawks,
Oh, I'm sorry. I mean the
they
Seahawks.
could
That's
have,
what I meant to
yeah,
say.
they could have.
Um,
I think the Seahawks going to give them a problem.
right. So I'm stuck in between them two. But then again, I'm gonna change my shit last minute. I'm gonna say the Seahawks gonna take the division in the upset.
Oh, I already wrote your name down for the 49ers. You pulled to me. I respect it. So you said I would have went with the 49ers, but since Chief picked the 49ers, I'm going with the motherfucking Seahawks, which is a good argument. I think that's a good argument for that division. Now we're going to Lyric, who you got, bro? You got the 49ers, the Seahawks, or
Yeah.
are you going to
So,
go with the Rams or Cardinals?
so I'm gonna say that was exactly what I was gonna say. Seahawks. You
Oh,
know what I
so y'all
mean?
going to team up
Like
against me most of this damn series, huh?
that was exactly what was going through my mind. You know what I mean? Exactly the way how I put it. Like you can't really go wrong with that. Yeah, the
All
Seahawks
right.
definitely going. Yeah.
We about to get to your division. After this division, we're going to save your division for last because I'm ready for the arguments here. Uh, all right, so the next division is the Vikings, the Lions, the Packers, and the Bears. Um, I went with the Vikings on this one. I think the Vikings are gonna win this. I think the Bears might be the next up, the problem team. But I think Minnesota, with the way Kirk Cousins and Justin Jefferson has their connection, I think they're gonna be a problem. I don't really see any one of those defenses making a difference in that division for me to be like, oh, well, this team got the better defense. So I went with the Vikings on that one. So who y'all got in the Vikings, Lions, Packers, and Bears? Oh
I'm
But
gonna
my!
that's
say
another
the
that's
Packers.
another easy one for me. That's
The
another easy
Packers.
one for me. And I'm
All
gonna
right.
say that like this here because I feel like with this division right here, it's gonna be one of the toughest divisions. I feel like two teams in this division gonna go to the playoffs. One as a
Mm,
wild card and one as a division lead. You
chill.
know, and them two teams is out of Chicago and Minnesota. Minnesota been knocking on the door. I feel like Minnesota got the potential to go all the way. But I give the division to Minnesota.
That's the first one we agreed on for the whole
Yeah.
division. All right. So Hawklife says he's sticking with the Vikings. We ain't gonna argue over the Vikings. But I do agree with Hawklife. I think the Bears is gonna be a problem for them. That's the one they're gonna be chasing that division title for. Now we get into the one Hawklife been sitting back waiting on. He might even get animated to sit up and talk about this right here. I'm gonna let him go first. We got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We got I don't gotta tell you, Hawklife. I already know you know. We got the Carolina Panthers, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, New Orleans Saints, and them Atlanta Falcons. Who you got? I know you already gonna pick, so let's get it out the way. Who you got, Hawklife? I told you.
Let me well, let me say this. I had to sit up. I had to get comfortable. Let me say this. Who that? Who that? Who that said they're gonna beat them Saints? Anyhow, now Saints ain't been in the playoffs in the last 2 3 years, so this is definitely gonna be the Saints' playoff year. I think they got all the right pieces. Do I think they're gonna win the division? Absolutely, they got all the right pieces. Um, the team that's gonna give us the most problems, I feel like this year, will be Carolina because they're gonna be the sleeper team. Um,
Y'all got Carolina on y'all head. That's I'm from
right.
North Carolina, but I don't think they gonna do shit this year.
I mean, they might, it'd be surprised. You surprised which teams
Yeah, they're gonna have to
be the
surprise
worst
me.
because they've been quiet the last couple of years, like the Saints. So that's why I feel like them gonna be the two top teams in the division. Us and Carolina on the slick side, but
All right,
the
all
Saints gonna
right.
win the division for sure.
I'm gonna let Lyric go after you. Who you
Yeah,
got, Lyric?
I'm gonna say this. Who that? Who that? Who that?
So
Say
you got the
they
Saints?
gonna beat the Saints.
Man, who that?
Nigga, Tampa Bay is.
We got too many weapons, man. They're too
Oh,
vicious.
wait. You said Tampa Bay?
Yeah,
Hey,
They
I'm gonna
don't
break the
have
bubble
Tom
right
Brady
here.
no more. They
yeah,
I'm
don't
gonna
got
break the
Tom
bubble right
Brady no
here.
more.
yeah.
Guess who I went with? I went with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think Baker
They don't
Mayfield's
got
coming on it. He coming back, baby. He coming back. I don't even like him like that, but
Big Tyron back there. You can throw that bomb and Tyron take that shit home. But I'm telling you, man, them niggas, man, they
hey,
coming to play this year.
I think it's
We
between the
got too many
Saints and the
weapons.
Buccaneers here. I really do think it's between the Saints and Buccaneers. Lyric almost had me write his name down for the Saints the way he hyped it up, but he said that he took my line. I was gonna say who that. The Buccaneers is gonna be who that. I think they're gonna take the Saints. I think the Saints still make the playoffs. I don't think the Panthers and Falcons are really gonna be teams that make a splash in this division. I think it's gonna be between the Buccaneers and the Saints, but I went with the Buccaneers. I feel like they, they're missing a quarterback ever since Tom Brady left. I think Baker Mayfield can fill that spot. Even if he doesn't, they do have some backups. But I mean, it's all on what Baker Mayfield can do with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, as well as I think with Derek Carr. And I don't think Baker Mayfield is the best quarterback in this division because you got Ritter. I think he's going to be the worst quarterback. I think third, you're going to have the Panthers with Bryce Young. I think he's going to be decent, middle of the pack, but he's not going to have enough wins to get into the playoffs. I think the Buccaneers, they got Baker Mayfield, but I will say I like Derek Carr more than Baker Mayfield. But I just think the Buccaneers got that defensive mindset. They still got that championship mentality. Regardless of if they won the division last year. So I just think more on it's just more ifs for New Orleans for me. If Michael Thomas can be who he is, if Derek Carr can mesh in good with the offense, they both got good defenses. I'm not gonna say great. I think they have the better defenses. I would say the Buccaneers got the better defense out of the Saints, and I think I could go with the Saints got the better quarterback out of the Buccaneers, but I think the Buccaneers have an overall, offense with the problem with offensive line. I think the Saints got a better offensive line, but I just think they have more weapons. I think the Buccaneers have more weapons. Granted that there is Michael Thomas out there, but you got Mike Evans. I don't think he's even playing. I think he's injured or he's questionable. But yeah, I'm gonna go with them Buccaneers. So we're gonna recap real quick, and we'll get into the topics we want to talk about real quick that stood out that we want to jump back on. But Hawklife said the Bills, Lyric said the Dolphins, I said the Jets in that division. Next division, I got the Chiefs, Lyric got the Raiders, Hawklife got the Broncos. Next division, Hawklife broke our hearts tonight, going for the Bengals. We got them back later on though, and me and Lyric got the Ravens. And the next, Hawklife had the Jags, and I had the Jags, but I switched my team up. I went with the Titans, and Lyric got the Colts for some fucking reason. We'll let him explain later. Next division, Eagles, Cowboys, Giants, and Commanders. Lyric and Hawklife both went for the Commanders. I went for the Cowboys. This is where Hawklife changed his in the next one because I had the 49ers and Hawklife had the 49ers for a good couple of seconds there, but he switched and joined sides with Lyric with the Seahawks, which I think they do have a good case with the Seahawks, but I got the 49ers. Hawklife had the Vikings with me. That's one of the teams we agreed on. The only team we agreed on because we both switched our predictions. And Lyric went to the Lone Wolf to the Packers. I don't see it. I don't know. I think Vikings are going to win that division clear out. Me and Lyric got the Buccaneers, and of course Hawklife got the Saints. I will say the Saints probably still make the playoffs, but it was very, very crazy. Recap the games real quick if y'all want to go back to a certain game. Lions versus the Chiefs at home. Bengals versus the Browns at home. Texans versus the Ravens at home. Bucks versus Buccaneers at home. Panthers versus Falcons at home. Cardinals and Commanders. Commanders at home. Jags and Colts. Colts at home. 49ers, Steelers at home. Titans, Saints. Saints is at home. Raiders, Broncos. Broncos is at home. Eagles, Patriots. Patriots at home. Rams, Seahawks at the house. Dolphins, Chargers. Chargers at home. Cowboys and Giants. Giants is at home. Bills and Jets. Jets are at home. Packers and Bears. Bears are at home. If there's anything y'all want to point out, 'cause I know y'all want to rip into me for the Cowboys. Maybe Hawklife got some shit to say about the Saints. And Lyric got some explaining to do with that Packers and Colts choice. But it was a great first show. I'm gonna point that out there now. Who you think is a sleeper team that y'all got that you wouldn't say right now will win it, but they could probably turn around and do some crazy things to get to where they are? Like a team that you think don't have it but can surprise everybody.
I've been saying it all night. Miami.
I would say the Giants.
Miami. I've been saying it the whole night. Miami.
I don't think Miami would surprise anybody with the team they got, but I can see where you're going from. I can see where you're going from.
They need one. It's been due. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, I say the Giants because I just feel like Giants is gonna be underrated because they've been having a rough couple last season, but they one of them teams that when it comes down to the end of the season, they can surprise you and make a playoff run.
I kind of got surprise teams for me that could really surprise us. I think the Jets from I would tie it with somebody else, but I'm just gonna go all in on the Jets. I got them winning the division. They were the worst team in the division last year, but Aaron Rodgers is maybe not good postseason. from Aaron Rodgers. He might win a division. Not saying they're going to the Super Bowl. I just think he's good in the regular season. MVP monster. So is he a sleeper team? It's kind of like Lyric and the Miami Dolphins. Like people wouldn't be surprised, but I would because
Yeah,
he's got some young guys to work with. He's got a great
I was.
defense, which he's not used to having. But I will say this: we got 3 divisions that maybe we can get back into real quick. I like Hawklyfe if he want to make his point. Since we both picked the Buccaneers, if he wants to make a point for the Saints, did you think that the Buccaneers would be your biggest competition this year, or do you think it's another team in your division? You said Carolina.
I said
So do you think?
Carolina. I said Carolina.
Yeah,
I said it's
I'm
either
saying.
Carolina or Atlanta. It's not going to
So
be
you're
the
saying the
Bucks
Buccaneers
because
is the worst? It's going to be the worst team.
yeah, it's
Oh,
not going to be the Bucks. And I said because Baker Mayfield ain't no Tom Brady. I'm sorry. And he wasn't that good on the last 2 teams he was on, and he had weapons. So I mean,
he did
it's
things
more
for
of
the
a
Browns. Let's
rebuild.
not do that.
It's more of a rebuild. It's more of a rebuild in Tampa. So no, They not gonna win this year. It's gonna be out of the Saints, out of Carolina, maybe Atlanta. Like I said, I feel like our biggest threat because their sleeper team is gonna be Carolina.
I
Their
think
sleeper team.
Bryce Young's a small guy. I don't want to be like these other sports analysts that I don't know if he'll have too much success. I think he'll be middle of the pack. Like I said, I do see Saints being the biggest competition to the Buccaneers, but I don't know. I just think I got to go for that defense. I'm like a defensive minded person. I don't think the Saints got the defense that Buccaneers have, and I think Derek Carr and Baker Mayfield are closely similar. I do think Derek Carr is better, but who knows? Who knows? They both on a new team. They both gonna be struggling. They got Kyle Ritter. It's all those quarterbacks have not been there in that division for a minute. So I would say that the Saints gonna be still a playoff team, but not the division winners. If Leary got something to say, that's cool. But we're gonna get into this next. We get into the Bengals, Ravens, and Steelers and Browns because I want you to elaborate on these Bengals. But I got one more
Oh no,
division after that.
I just feel like Cincinnati got a good solid squad. They always, they had a good solid squad last year.
I think the Ravens, if Lamar Jackson didn't get injured, we would have been good.
That's I think it's gonna be a factor this year with a lot of teams. Because injuries are always coming. Like I said, I'm not saying Baltimore is a terrible team. This is another one of them divisions where 2 teams can make it to the playoffs.
I think 3 teams are going to make it to the playoffs. I got the Bengals, Ravens, and Browns making it to the playoffs. I think the Steelers are going to be the lone wolf out, even though it's very rare that that their head coach, I have his name in my head, but I can't say it for some reason. It's on the tip of my tongue. Mike Tomlin. I think he's never had a losing season. He never lost more games than he won. But I think this is the year where Pittsburgh struggles, and he's going to have that losing season this year. All 4 of them can probably make the playoffs. I think it's a stretch, though. I don't know. I think the Bengals with Joe Burrow being injured and coming off an injury week 1, even though I still got them winning, it's going to be tough if he aggravates it or not. But I think the Ravens are going to win that division. I really, I'm biased. I'll say that. It's my Ravens. I'm pretty much going to go with them every game of the week. Unless Lamar Jackson does get injured, then I'll maybe start playing into reality a little bit and thinking a little bit more. But I think they're the team to beat this year. Chiefs lost a lot of players. Bengals lost a lot of players defensively. So I just think it's open. It's open. I think the Ravens got the best defense in the AFC. Best defense in the NFC is arguable because you got the 49ers. You got them Cowboys over there, which we're going to get into next. I know Leary going to turn his shit on for that. But unless you got something to say, Leary, about these Ravens, Bengals, the Steelers, and Browns, we'll move on to this next one.
I'm good. Everybody know what it is.
He said the Ravens.
Hey, but Scott, I ain't gotta say or explain. You know what I mean?
Okay, well, I'm gonna let y'all team up on this division because y'all already know I think it's worth talking about. Eagles, Cowboys, Giants, and Commanders. Y'all went with the Commanders. I went with the Cowboys. Nobody went with the Eagles, which is surprising to me. But y'all really believe in Sam Howell like that, or is the defense more of the defense for that team? What y'all got going on with y'all pick?
bro. I don't.
Probably more of a defensive thing
Hold on,
for
hold on,
me.
hold on. Bro, let me say this. I don't know what the hell you see about the damn Cowboys, bro. I don't know what the hell you see about the damn Cowboys, bro. I don't see it, bro. That ain't it. That's just
I'll explain to you. Let me explain to you real quick.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
You want to
So Dak
elaborate?
Prescott,
Yeah.
you were saying that CeeDee Lamb held all of the responsibility in the passing, even though they have
Uh,
Schultz with
uh,
a good tight end. They
along with
added in
Cook,
Brendan Cooks. Brendan
along
Cooks
with Cook,
is a
right?
beast. Brendan Cooks is a beast. He's going to play great for them. I think Tony Pollard is going to be. He's going to have a breakout season. He's going to rush for over 1,000 yards. I think he's going to be the new Ezekiel Elliott for them. As far as back a couple years back when he was running things, and especially his rookie year with Dak Prescott when he got them to 13-3. I watch the Cowboys a lot because I mean there's fans in my house, so I tend to have to watch these games. Um, but we always watch the Ravens because me and my mom kind of, if they playing at the same time, it's a fucking battle over here when the Cowboys versus the Ravens. Even though what I mean, we got a Jaguars fan in the house. I think uh, they'll be decent this year. I changed my pick to the Seahawks. I think Geno Smith, whatever. But the Cowboys, they have Stephon Gilmore as far as defense as well. They got an all around solid defense. And Michael Parsons. They got Diggs, but now Diggs can't be attacked. They can't just not throw to his side, which they usually do. They usually stay away from Diggs. Now that you have Stephen Gilmore on that defense, you're gonna have to find a way to pass that ball. You got two, and Wilson's in the back in the safety, so it's just gonna be harder for teams to attack passing against the Cowboys. They got a great they pass rush great. The run questionable for some people. I think for that, but I think they're gonna have. I think it's the defense for me. I like defenses, and I think Cowboys got better on the defense. They picked up some people. I think they also got better on offense. And looking at, what I mean, even when Dak Prescott did get injured, Cooper Rush was putting in a lot of work. I don't think we're gonna see Trey Lance this year. So I just feel like even with injuries, the Dallas Cowboys got a chance, even if they have to. If Dak gets injured and they got to go to Cooper Rush can still hold it down, especially in the way they game plan for that man, the way they changed things up when he got on the field. I like the Cowboys. I like the Cowboys this year. I
I'm
don't,
I'm kind of feeling like Vince McMahon over here. There ain't no chance in hell that they have a fucking chance in hell because
I don't
first
think the
of all,
Commanders
right,
got a chance in
bro,
hell.
let's not pass this like we did not realize that Dak Prescott got frustrated under pressure, looking like a rookie goddamn quarterback in the first year. Where the fuck all
His
the
offensive line was
hold on,
injured.
hold on, where all the decisions and choices was on him for him to win one fucking game to remain in the playoff and shit. And this nigga went ahead and tried to snap the ball without waiting for the guardianship or for any of the referee to get in place and shit. And they ain't gonna snap the ball, then make faulty fucking decisions. And then not even that, like the nigga, bro, like he's not really in point or key of communication with the team like that. And it just seems like ever since all the hype been on him and Zeke, like it made a bad taste in people's mouth even more than just saying Cowboys. Like, and then in that, like, okay, I'm glad gone. Yes, you're right. Lamb Cooper and a couple other people, yes, they held the team down. Yeah, they do. But their defense looked trash as fuck. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I mean,
Wow.
people gotta stop on them. I mean, like, really, like they're more of offense team the way I see it. And Dak
I
Prescott
got the
tried
Cowboys defense on my fantasy draft,
like
so don't do that
Well,
to
let
me.
me say this. Let me say this. Let me get mine in real quick. Let me say this. I feel like with this division right here, the Cowboys do have a chance if they got enough weapons and they stay healthy. Uh, but at the same time, I feel like the teams that wasn't making noise last year gonna be making some noise this year. Washington had a good last year. I think they made it to like a wild card round. if I'm
Nah,
not
they were the
mistaken.
worst in the division.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, they were worst in division.
Worst in
But
the
you just
division.
never know.
They got a good
You just
defense.
never know.
But doesn't mean that they're gonna have a
That's
comeback.
it.
Like they probably got 2 years, probably 2 3 years. They
Y'all
probably
picked the Commanders, so don't shit on them like that.
No,
Don't
I'm
don't
not
be.
shitting on it. I'm
I'm
saying
talking
they can have
lit.
a breakout year.
anything can happen. You know what I mean? Like
I
so.
was just going for the underdogs, but I wouldn't be surprised
Honestly,
if
I
the
think it's between
Cowboys
the
took it.
Cowboys
But
and the Eagles. I think the Eagles is the only people that's going to give the Cowboys a threat this year, and it's going to come down to
Jalen Hurts and
defense.
them.
Defense.
Hmm.
The Eagles don't
Uh,
have the defense they had last year, so the
no,
Cowboys got them in defense. It's the best defensive team in that division in my eyes. Um, and I think the Eagles and the Commanders will have a similar rating on defense, but I just think, like I said, I like defenses. I usually go off of if the offense is not looking great to me or they don't have enough playmakers, I go for the defense, which a lot of teams that's why I pick. I think the defense is just crazy. Even with the Titans, when I switched over from the Jags to the Titans, because I thought about it with my arguments earlier in the games, which I'm glad we didn't go over the divisions first. Hawklyfe was like, no, let's go over the games first. All right, hell yeah, he was right about that because I convinced myself I like the Titans. I like Bard. I like their cornerbacks. I like they're always known for having some heavy pass rush. So I would go with them. But like I said, I just
dude,
think the Cowboys got the best defense.
they're not the same as Chris Johnson used to be on anymore. And like I feel like that if they would have built
Oh,
more,
hold on. We're not going to argue
no,
that Chris Johnson and Derrick Henry, like Derrick Henry is they're two different styles, but I think Derrick Henry's
but
holding his own.
yeah.
Derrick
I
Henry
mean, he is,
is better
he
than Chris
is,
Johnson. I love Chris
he is.
Johnson. He's
I'm
fast, but
like you can see the difference. They're they're like and I'm just saying that like I just feel like that if they would have actually built like along with fucking Chris Johnson, like we could have this the whole time. You know what I mean? Like that's one of the teams that's kind of slept on.
Mm.
So
yeah, I think I got the
I
Titans winning.
depend. Like if you really want to compare the two, like yeah, you can see the difference, and it's like a good growth, but it's like
Yeah,
one,
Chris
but it's
Johnson is a speed back, and
right,
Derrick
right,
Henry's a power back,
but I just
which
feel
don't
like that
last long in the league. But
I I just feel like that it's one of the moments where it's like y'all Ben could have been here. You know what I mean? But like it didn't see opportunity. That's all. Like it really shows how long that football really like came along, pretty much, versus
yeah.
decision making or either like helping other people as far as weapons. Like, kinda how
So
I
we're
feel
gonna
about
get
it.
into this last bit because I know we still got a little bit of time, and I'm gonna ask y'all Super Bowl predictions. Hey, you gotta remember the NFC, AFC. I'll let you know who you got in the Super Bowl this year. Who you think's gonna get all the way to the end?
Ravens and Cowboys. And if not Ravens and the Cowboys, then Ravens
You
and
contradicted yourself, man. I'm like, I was gonna say that too. I ain't gonna lie. It's between but you got the Commanders winning the division, so you saying the Cowboys still gonna make it to the playoffs, and they might actually
I
get
mean
to Super Bowl.
I'm just saying, bro. Like that's what I feel. That I said on it. Even if I'm wrong, you know what I mean. Like this is just what I see as far as going to the Super Bowl. You know what I mean, sometimes realistic, you know, reality, what it is.
All right. Well, you got
So
the Commanders, but you got the Cowboys in the Super Bowl, so I can see that. I can see
yeah,
that. I can see it's
like
either going to be between, in
that's
my book,
that's
Ravens,
why
Cowboys, or Ravens and 49ers. That's who I got for the Super Bowl. And if I had to pick, if I had to
I,
like,
man. But my second selection, I was thinking that at first. I'm not gonna lie. But then my second selection was, what if the Eagles do come back? What if it is like the Ravens and the Eagles, or Ravens and um damn fuck like Green Bay? You know what I mean? So I'm gonna have to say, either Ravens and the Packers or Ravens and the Eagles. Of course,
well,
my
you got to
second,
lock it in. I'm going to let Hawklife go in. We're going to lock it in because I'm between the
yeah,
Cowboys and 49ers. I think the Ravens and the Chiefs might play in that division
well,
championship or
I'm
even the
gonna
Bengals,
say,
something
bro,
like that.
like. I'm going with both of those because either or, like that's gonna be my second and third. To be real with you, you know what I mean? Because I feel like it's either gonna be either the Eagles or what I said, either the Eagles or the fucking
Cowboys or Packers.
Yeah, or the Packers. You know what I mean? So I mean, the first selection was the Cowboys. My second is tied with the third, pretty much. So it's just gonna be either the
So
Eagles.
Hawklife, who you got in this Super Bowl? Who you think getting there?
That's my three selection right there.
Super Bowl.
Yeah, Super Bowl prediction.
That's a good one. I'm gonna say Miami and New Orleans.
That would be crazy. That'd be a crazy
That's
ass game.
Yeah, that'll be a nice
And
one.
they're both on health. If they can stay healthy, they could be a strong team.
Yeah.
Do you got any honorable mentions with that? Do you see other teams
You see
from
why I
the
said
AFC? Or
Miami?
yeah, I understand.
no, I mean,
Bro.
it could be Baltimore, New Orleans too, but
It
I
Oh,
could
we
feel
gonna
be.
have
like
a party
Miami
if it's
going.
that.
I feel like Miami going probably the best Baltimore, but it could be either way. You know what I'm
They beat
saying?
us last
But
year. We beat them the year before.
yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
For
with
those who are watching, oh, go ahead.
my locking in is. I hate to say it. But I'm gonna go Ravens and 49ers. I'm gonna do battle of defenses. Cowboys is my second. That they might be there, but I'm gonna go Ravens 49ers for mine. That's my lock in. Lyric, you got lock yours in.
Okay.
Who you got? Ravens and who?
I told you, bro. It was the Ravens and the Cowboys. My first selection.
All right, cool.
My
We
Yeah.
agree on that. All right, boom. We
my
locked
second,
in.
yeah, my second selection is gonna be the Eagles or the fucking Packers. You know what I mean?
All
Like,
right.
yeah.
All right. It's crazy. It's crazy. But I know Hawk Life got some time, so I think we wrapping it up here. So it
Yeah.
was a good little debate tonight.
Yeah, man. Thank you guys, everybody that's watching. This is Spotlight Sports, where we put the spotlight on sports. You see how we did that? You know what I'm saying? So much so you tap in and keep tapping in, man, because it's gonna be more episodes. Let us know what you thought about this episode, man, and be active in the comments. We want to know who you think gonna win the Super Bowl. Who you think going to the Super Bowl? Let us know. Get jiggy with this shit, man. Spotlight Sports, we here.
Spotlight.
I love the feel of this. This was so organic. We here.
We got a lot of people who want to come on the show. We're gonna save that for later. For those who stay in tune with the battle rap, there's a lot of battle rappers who got opinions and they want to come through. This is our first guest on the show, Larry Loud. We're gonna have him back next week because he got to stand on his shit about some of these picks he done picked throughout this damn season. we
Hold
gonna
on,
we gonna have to
hold
either
on, I skip. I'm done.
we're gonna have to serve the medicine or take the medicine next week after we didn't agree on a lot of we agreed on a lot of games, but we didn't agree on any division winners. Pretty much only like 4 or 5 teams there. So hey, it's gonna be a debatable year. Me and Hawk Life are fighting for who got the right wins. We're gonna go off for wins for the year. We're not gonna focus on losses. So whenever you win the week one schedule, we're gonna tell y'all next week who won the week one schedule, who did not. I'm gonna go back and write down Hawk Life picks and rewatch this whole stream, and then I gotta listen to Lyric and his goddamn takes and trying to come at me about them Cowboys. I'm like, damn, all right, I ain't no Cowboys fan, but I gotta in my eye test. That's why I went with Ravens, 49ers. I think defense. I'm thinking defense throughout this whole thing. Ravens got a great defense. I think the best in AFC. I think 49ers gonna have the best defense in NFC again. But hell yeah, this is Spotlight Sports. Like Hawklife said, where the spotlight is on the sports. So y'all stay tuned every week. We're gonna get down to a actual day that we do it every week, but right now it's just gonna be once a week. Usually before the teams actually play, so it might be like we might miss Monday games. It might be a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday type of show, but we might miss Monday games. So we're not gonna hold Monday games, or we might have to go over Monday games the week before. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, this Monday that we're not going to be here to talk about it. We got these picks, but it's all good. We got some dope ass games this week. Like I said, you had the game of the weeks. We looked at it. Lyric didn't really say which one was going to be the game of the week, but you could tell by his enthusiasm through his predictions what teams he thinks going to be the top games this week. But
I
this is
did,
Spotlight
but you didn't
Sports.
hear, but it's cool.
Nah, you didn't really say it was game of the week. That's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah,
this game of the week, you say
right.
it's a good game.
with the Browns. I was trying to say that then, but then after that, I was
Oh yeah,
just
that's going. Yeah,
I,
yeah, yeah.
I was just so amused with how things going. I was like, all right, it doesn't matter.
Well, you got that as your game of the week. We
Yeah,
have 5 of them, so maybe next week we'll tap in. Everyone gonna have to do a little homework as to pick their game of the weeks out. Um, so we know what's going on, but we'll find out who's right next week. We got a lot of games that we didn't agree on, so it's gonna be a lot of back and forth, and somebody's gonna have to get chastised through their picks. Um, so this is Spotlight Sports. We'll be wrapping it up. Thank you everybody for being here. Those who are rewatching, appreciate it. This Battle Rap Kingdom Media. So y'all get ready. Y'all get ready. Hawklyfe going to work. He might even listen to the podcast again tonight. Who knows? But
Yeah,
we
it's
gonna
just
do
the security, nigga. Don't get twisted. Man, no police uniform, nigga. Say that nigga the police, no, nigga, the security. Don't get twisted.
it. He's securing his spots.
Securing the bag. Now, with that being said, this was Spotlight Sports. We'll put the spotlight on the sports. If you think you got what it takes, this ain't first take. This the number one place. Spotlight Sports. And this is brought to you by W Energy. Be
Yeah,
better.
let's go Ravens. Let's go. Gotta walk right here. Let's go.
Who that?